University of Central Missouri Department of Intercollegiate Athletics.
It's now time for UCM Mules Baseball on the Central Missouri Sports Radio Network. Mules Baseball is brought to you by Lots Beach Automotive, Western Missouri Medical Center, Community National Bank and Trust, Edward Jones, Agent Alan Brandt, Assured Partners, F&C Bank, Collision Leaders, Key Realty, Central Family and Sports Medicine, Warrensburg Chrysler, and Mules National Golf Club at Pearl Springs. Now here's the voice of Mules Baseball, Bob Jackson.
Just another gorgeous day for Mules Baseball at Crane Stadium, Tompkins Field, on the UCM campus in Warrensburg, Missouri, as we start day 2 of this NCAA Division II Central Super Regional. One of these teams, the UCM Mules or the Arkansas-Monticello Bull Weevils, will advance today to carry North Carolina for the NCAA Division II Baseball Championships that start 1 week from today. For the Mules, the road is a bit easier. They won the series opener here last night, 11-6. So for the Mules, they only need to win this first game to go ahead and clinch their 20th regional championship. Arkansas-Monticello, to win their first ever regional championship, would have to beat the Mules twice today to advance. Again, just a gorgeous day. If you're in the area, we encourage you to come on out, support your Mules. We had a great crowd here yesterday, and we anticipate another good one here today. It's just an absolutely gorgeous day. Sunny skies, not a cloud in the sky, 79 degrees. The humidity level is a bit lower today than yesterday, and we have a rather light wind out of the southeast. I'm Bob Jackson along with Alex Kent, and we welcome you to our Lots Beach Automotive Dugout Show. Lots Beach Automotive is your hometown GM dealer with 4 brands under one roof, Warrensburg's oldest dealer and your friend in the car business since 1974. The Mules, the number 2 ranked team in Division II, come into play today at 51-8. Arkansas-Monticello is 35-23. And Alex, as I mentioned, the Mules need only to win one time to advance. But that one win you still have to get before you can start thinking about carrying.
That's right. And Coach Crooks and this coaching staff, they do a great job all year long of preaching to the guys, it's the next 200 feet. They're going to do everything they can to put their players in the best position that they can be in to win this first game. And if it gets to a second game today, then you deal with it at that point. But they're going to attack this game. I know that's how Coach Crooks lives his entire life. He wants to be aggressive. We saw the Mules bats be aggressive. We saw the Mules on the base pass be aggressive yesterday. I don't think anything will change.
Well, you know, the Mules lead the nation in 9 offensive categories. They are 1 stolen base away from tying for the nation's lead in that. They've broken several school records, did a couple of more yesterday with RBIs and walks in the season. And that's all great. But, you know, you never know about who's going to be on the mound. The pitcher always controls the flow of the game. So the Mules will see today a right-hander, Charles Peacock, who has a really good strikeout to walk ratio for the Bull Weevils, while the Mules will throw a freshman in Jack Kreisman. Now, Jack's a true freshman, but Alex, we have seen Jack grow and improve and mature. His starts in the postseason have been outstanding.
Yeah, Jack has been one of those guys that, as the year has gone along, that coming into it, they knew that he was going to be a guy that could earn a spot in the starting rotation, and he did that halfway through the year. And really, it's just been his ability to slow the game down and execute pitches. And I think having a veteran catcher, Chase Heath, helps that freshman not get too big or too sped up in the big moments. The pitching matchup to me is really interesting today because you look at Peacock for the Bull Weevils, and my goodness, in 69 innings, he struck out 95 guys. So that tells me he's got swing and miss stuff, but he's also walked 57 guys and hit 15 batters. So for the Bull Weevils to force a winner-take-all game later this evening, he's got to be on. He's got to be able to command the fastball, and we've seen this Mules offense. If you've got swing and miss stuff and you command it, you can give them some troubles. But over the course of the season, the Mules offense has found ways to manufacture runs even against those swing and miss guys. So it'll be a great ball game today.
Well, due to NCAA rules for the postseason, the Mules will be the visiting team on the scoreboard today. So that brings up the question. You've got a team that's down 0-1 in the best 2 out of 3 series, but maybe feeling a little bit better about themselves after that 3-run homer by Kirk Wolf in the 9th yesterday to cut it from 11-3 to 11-6. Still lost, but maybe if they want to look for the bright side, a little momentum. What do the Mules, you feel, have to do early to maybe take that away?
Well, I think being the road team, Mules get first crack at the at-bat. And so from the Mules' offensive standpoint, if the Boll Weevil starter Peacock comes out and maybe struggles in the first inning, even if the Mules don't score any runs, but if they get some guys on and really get his pitch count up, then I think you could have the first base dugout Arkansas-Monticello team kind of be like, oh no, it's going to be a long day. If the Mules put up runs early, I think that's huge. I think on the flip side for the Mules, if you can get Kreisman a lead early, or if he can settle into the game and put up a couple zeros in the first or second inning, then I think as a team the Mules will be like, take a deep breath, and then they know their offense will get after the pitching staff of the Boll Weevils.
Ought to be fun. Again, if you're in the area, come on out. This is the last time you'll get a chance to see this Mules team of 2024 here at Crane Stadium, Tompkins Field. When the Lots Beach Automotive Dugout Show continues, I'll get pregame comments from Mules head coach Kyle Crooks. And that's coming up next on the UCM Sports Radio Network.
Mules Baseball is brought to you by WK Chevrolet, Buick, Cadillac, and GMC. The University of Central Missouri. Murdoch Banner Financial Group. Central Bank of Warrensburg. Warrensburg Ford. Insurance Associates. Intersys in Warrensburg. Hammond's Roofing. Fitters Fifth Street Pub in Sedalia. Traditions Restaurant at Pearl Springs. John Albert Accounting and Tax in Warrensburg. Fitters Restaurant and Pub. Fox Heating and Cooling. Socket Internet. Now here's Mules baseball coach Kyle Crooks.
Welcome back to the Lots Beach Automotive Dugout Show from Crane Stadium, Tompkins Field. Bob Jackson joined by Mules head coach Kyle Crooks for pregame comments as the Mules get set to play the Boll Weevils of Arkansas-Monticello in this NCAA Division II Super Regional. Coach Crooks' pregame comments presented by your Edward Jones agent in Warrensburg, Alan Brandt. Invest for your future like the Mules prepare for their games with confidence. Your Edward Jones agent in Warrensburg is Alan Brandt. Edward Jones, making sense of investing. Game one in this best 2 out of 3 went to the Mules 11-6 yesterday. Kyle, always good to get that first game in a 3-game series.
Yeah, for sure. Good start. That helps. Good start on the mound. Got some really, really clutch, relief appearances from Grayson and from Jake Wilson, and some timely hitting as we talked about last night. So that was a good way to start it. But certainly, we've also talked about that means not yesterday doesn't carry over into today. So we got to start again and get back after it today.
Now, this obviously, we talk about a 3-game series. If your ball club is fortunate to win game 1 today, there will not be a second game today in a 3-game series. And I know that's what the Mules are thinking. They want to go out, take care of business in game 1 today and not have to play that winner take all.
Yeah, I think certainly you want to win the game that's in front of you. The game's in front of us is this game too, with Jack on the mound, and we want to play well, put our best foot forward, continue to compete and execute, and be as good as we can possibly be in this first game.
Jack Kreisman will get the start for you today, and boy, he has been somebody for you really throughout the year. But Kyle, in the postseason in particular, we've just seen this freshman continue to grow.
Yeah, he's taken strides. He's made his way from the bullpen to a starting role and continued to show the ability to get over some bumps and some hurdles that these seasons in the MIAA will provide and grow in terms of maturity. And he's had some struggles and fought his way through them and made his way onto the other side. And he's been real good for us, and we have a lot of trust in him and a lot of belief in him. And excited for him to get the ball today and play behind him.
We talked on the postgame yesterday, Kyle, about in postseason play in particular. It just seems like scoring opportunities, when you get them, you need to take advantage in some way. But on the other side, when the other team does it to you, you've got to limit their chances. And we saw that yesterday.
Yeah, we did a good job of it. I think yesterday you brought that up and did a good job of limiting them. Connor did a great job. Grayson did a great job. And Jake did a great job too. So, those are all things that we'd like to build upon and like to continue to be really good at, better at. Hopefully limit the amount of opportunities that the other team has and create as many opportunities for us and make good on as many of those opportunities as we possibly can. And that's about what it is creating those opportunities through competitive at bats and removing those opportunities from them through pounding the strike zone and playing great defense.
Monticello, you saw them yesterday for the first time in person, and obviously they can hit the ball, and their pitching staff, their number one guy threw yesterday and threw really well early, and adjustments are part of the game, both on offense, defense, pitching, and everything.
Yeah, I thought that guy, did a really good job of quietening our bats early, and we had to do some things just to create some offense. I think it started with base running, started with Josh Patrick, and 2-out hit, and those things always, I think tend to we lean heavily on. I think those tend to be things that can start a game moving forward offensively, and it'll be tough, just as tough today. Their number 2 is every bit as good, stuff wise maybe better even. That guy had a 4-pitch mix yesterday, and today the stuff I think will be every bit as good. They're a good team. They can swing it. They're strong, and you can tell with the swings that they take. So they're dangerous in plenty of different ways, and it's definitely going to be a challenge. We're going to have to, again, compete our way through on the mound and at the dish, and make sure that we're solid defensively today.
Couldn't have asked for a better day.
Gorgeous this morning. Don't know if you went out and watered in the greenhouse or anything, but I know. This morning when I got up, it was a glorious day to be around, and excited to play in weather like this.
Coach, good luck. We hope to visit with you after Game 1 and celebrate. If not, we'll talk to you after Game 2.
I hope so too. Thanks so much, Bob.
Mules head coach Kyle Crooks, pregame comments before the matchup with Arkansas Monticello here at Crane Stadium, Tompkins Field. Those comments from Coach Crooks presented by your Edward Jones agent in Warrensburg, Alan Brandt. Invest for your future like the Mules prepare for their games with confidence. Your Edward Jones agent in Warrensburg is Alan Brandt. Edward Jones, making sense of investing. Bob Jackson inviting you to stay tuned. More on the Lots Beach Automotive Dugout Show from Crane Stadium, Tompkins Field, coming up on the UCM Sports Radio Network.
There's no need.
That's 2 out of 3 NCAA Division II Super Central Regional. Let's take a look at the starting lineups for today's game. Those lineups presented by Hammond's Roofing, serving Warrensburg and the surrounding area for over 30 years. Hammond's Roofing specializes in new roofs, re-roofs, and gutters. Hammond's Roofing, the roofer you can trust to get the job done right. 660-238-3310 or hammondsroofing.com. Again, the Mules, the visiting team on the scoreboard today for this middle game of what could be a 3-game series. Mules needing to win this game to win it all and advance on to Cary, North Carolina. For the Mules and 10th-year head coach Kyle Crooks, Carter Young will lead things off and play right field. In left field, batting second, Jack Shark. At shortstop, batting third, Max Holy. Vance Tobel, the Mules' designated hitter, will bat fourth. At second base, hitting fifth, Cole Moore. In center field, batting sixth, Brennan Van Brussingen. Catching and batting seventh, Chase Heath. At first base, batting eighth, Josh Patrick. And at third base, hitting ninth for the Mules, Jacob Steele. Making the start for the Mules, freshman right-hander Jack Kreisman. He comes in a record of 6 wins and 1 loss. The Mules 51-8 overall under 10th-year head coach Kyle Crooks, 397 career wins at UCM. That's the second most in Mules baseball history. And now for the Boll Weevils of Arkansas-Monticello out of the Great American Conference. The Boll Weevils lineup will have Rock Hawthorne leading off in right field. The designated hitter batting second, Camden Tanner. In left field, hitting third, Kirk Wolf. Chas Poppy will do the catching and bat fourth. Batting fifth and playing second base, Chase Cripps. At first base, batting sixth, Cade Cancilla. Aiden Garrett, the catcher or the shortstop for the Boll Weevils, will bat seventh. Batting eighth and playing third base, Parker Durrance. And batting ninth in center field, Deshaun Cordova. Right-hander Charles Peacock will make the start for Arkansas-Monticello. His record 3 wins and 4 losses. The Boll Weevils 35-23, looking for their first ever regional championship. John Harvey, his 14th season as head coach for the Boll Weevils, 376 wins at Arkansas-Monticello. In 20 years of head coaching, he has won 495 games. That's a check of your starting lineups presented by Hammond's Roofing. Our umpiring crew assigned by the NCAA. Ryan Carl will be calling balls and strikes. At first base, Conan Strobel. At second base, Nate Simmons. And at third base, Nate Foley. Our introduction of umpires presented by Warrensburg Chrysler, your 5-star authorized dealer on Business 50 in Warrensburg and at warrensburgchrysler.com. Time now to get a key to a victory for the Mules today. And once again, I defer to Alex Kentz.
So, Bob, when you're 1 win away from Cary, North Carolina in the College World Series, it's a lot of things going on in your head. I think the key is this Mules offense. They've done it all year long. They lead the nation in so many offensive categories. I think that the offense, if you want to get to North Carolina, you're going to put up some runs today and execute with runners at third base, less than 2 outs, and come up with big 2-out RBI base hits. Mules had several of those yesterday, so that's the key today. Mules offense, lean on them.
That key to a victory presented by Key Realty, Warrensburg's real estate experts since 1977. Key Realty of Warrensburg. Again, a berth for the NCAA Division II Championships in Cary, North Carolina will be decided today here at Crane Stadium, Tompkins Field. The Mules need to win 1. Arkansas-Monticello would have to win twice today. Stay with us. We'll come back with more on the Lots Beach Automotive Dugout Show and have first pitch after this on the UCM Sports Radio Network.
Andrew Perino, Reese Redding, and Mason Philly. Ladies and gentlemen, at this time, we ask that you please rise if able and remove your hats. All retired and active military personnel are encouraged to salute the flag as we honor America with the playing of our national anthem.
anthem, the end of it at least, and a big crowd here at Crane Stadium, Tompkins Field, which you expect. And Alex, I expect it to be a very enthusiastic home crowd for the Mules today, as these fans have been great supporting the Mules all year, and they're all here to see what we all hope happens today, the Mules celebrating their 20th regional title.
Yeah, absolutely. It's been a very special year for this Mules ball club, not only overall with the great record, the great rankings, but they take a lot of pride in how they play here at this ballpark, Crane Stadium, Tompkins Field. 30-2 record here at home, even though they are the visitor. And this game right here this afternoon, they know they're going to have this home crowd behind them, and hopefully a good result for the Mules.
Well, the Mules trying to earn one of the 8 berths in Cary, North Carolina. One berth has already been punched. The University of Indianapolis won the Midwest region. They beat Saginaw Valley again today, 11-10. The Atlantic region will have a third and decisive game between Seton Hill and Indiana, Pennsylvania, after Indiana, PA won earlier today. Southern New Hampshire looks like they're on their way to the East Region Championship. They have a 12-10 lead in the 9th inning over Malloy, needing to win only that one game. Meanwhile, number 1 ranked Tampa lost last night to Emory-Riddle 15-9, but Tampa winning game 2 today. They're up 8-1, looking to force a third and decisive game in the South Region. Defending national champion Angelo State beat host Lubbock Christian 7-6 in the first South Central Regional Super Region game. Those two teams will get underway in about 5 minutes. Georgia College and Catawba playing in the Southeast Region. Catawba, the number 1 seed, won yesterday. And Cal State Monterey Bay playing number 1 seed Point Loma in the West. Cal State Monterey Bay won yesterday, and they have the lead in their second game right now. That NCAA update presented by Warrensburg Ford. Will you get the best vehicles at the best prices? East Business 50 in Warrensburg, or visit them online at warrensburgford.com. Well, interesting that Jack Kreisman, pitching on his home field, is having to pitch in the bottom of the first inning, so he started to warm up a little bit later than what he normally does. Does that mess up his routine at all?
I don't think so. It's just basically it's the same routine. You just started about 5 minutes later than you would if you were the home team. So Kreisman's still tossing down in that Mules bullpen down the left field line, and to be honest, I like the fact that he's still down there. And as this inning starts, he'll probably start his way down, but if it maybe is a long top of the first inning for the Mules offensively, then he's still within that routine he's used to.
Okay, so we're set to go. Hope you enjoyed the broadcast today on the UCM Sports Radio Network. Mules wearing the gray pants, the red tops today, while Ark-Monticello, the white pants and the green tops with the white numerals and white lettering. Carter Young will lead things off for the Mules. Carter at 375 after going 1 for 4 yesterday, 2 RBIs and 2 runs scored. So Charles Peacock, a right-hander, gets set to deliver the first pitch to Carter Young, and it's a fastball high and away for ball 1. Peacock, 3-4 record, a 5.87 earned run average. His 16th start, opponents hit 227 against him. The pitch on the way, a good breaking ball in for a strike. And the count even, 1 ball and 1 strike. Charles Peacock, 6'1", 195 out of Dickinson, Texas. Appeared in the series against Missouri Southern last weekend. Ground ball hit sharply and off the glove of the shortstop into shallow left field. Garrett tried to backhand that ball, and it looked like it may have come up and hit his foot before his glove.
Yeah, he went down to kind of his knee or lower leg to get behind that ball, and I think the first hop kind of surprised him. That ball skipped off that turf on the way. Carter Young hit that really, really hard, and it's going to be an E6 to start the ball game.
So an error on the shortstop. Yesterday, Ark-Monticello committed 2 errors. So Carter Young, 86 runs scored and 30 stolen bases at first for Jack Shark. Shark doesn't show bunt and takes a breaking ball down low for ball 1. Charles Peacock in 69 innings, 95 strikeouts, but 57 walks. And as Alex mentioned, 15 hit batters. So he gives up 60 hits, but has control issues at times. That fastball way inside for ball 2. Jack Shark yesterday went 2 for 3. Drove in a run, drove in the game's first run, and also had a walk. Jack on the year, 340. 9 home runs, 50 driven in. Carter Young, the lead at first. The pitch to Shark is a breaking ball down low, ball 3.
And I think with yesterday's game, yesterday's starter for Monticello, Irvine, he did a good job of getting the Mules to chase pitches out of the zone early. I think with the scouting report and the amount of walks that Peacock has, the Mules hitters are going to really keep that zone tight.
There's a good fastball over for a strike. And the count now 3 balls and 1 strike to Jack Shark. Jack Shark, 68 hits this year. Along with those 9 home runs, he has 15 doubles and a couple of triples. Pitch to Shark, another good fastball over for a strike. So Peacock coming from behind after being down 3-0 to run the count full, now 3 balls and 2 strikes. Carter Young, who reached on the error by the shortstop Garrett at first base. Let's see if the Mules send him. 3-2, gets the big secondary lead, doesn't run, and a little blooper into center field by Shark, down for a base hit. So the Mules get the benefit of an error, and now Jack Shark with a single into center field and 2 on. With nobody out for the Mules, and Max Holy will step to the plate. This game getting started right at 2 o'clock. A gorgeous day, 79 degrees, our temperature. Game time and temp presented by Warrensburg Ford, East Business 50 in Warrensburg, or online at warrensburgford.com. Max Holy at 371 at the plate. He shows bunt and gets it down. Good bunt in front of the plate. Peacock throws to first, and the runners will move up to second and third.
Good job by Max Holy right there, sacrificing productive out, getting runners to second and third. Peacock, if he had a little bit more sense of urgency coming off that mound, he might have had a play at third, but Carter Young, great secondary lead. Peacock takes the out at first.
Now Vance Tobel at the plate, second and third, 1 out. And Peacock throws a good breaking ball over to Vance, who hit his 10th home run of the year yesterday. He has driven in 57. Vance on the year at 344. Second and third, 1 out. Peacock's pitch to Tobel had a big swing at a high fastball. He fouled it straight back, and he's down to the count, 0-2. So Peacock, who is a strikeout pitcher, wanting to get a strikeout here to keep the runner at third base. Tobel trying to put the ball in play. 0-2. Here's the pitch, grounded foul past third base coach Jackson Kyle. Alex Backus coaches at first, and Kyle Crooks in the third base dugout flashing all the signs. Vance Tobel with 57 RBIs on the season steps out of the box for a moment. Now the junior steps back in. Peacock off the rubber, now peers in for the sign from his catcher Chaz Poppy. 0-2. Here's the pitch, a little ground ball up the middle, and that is going to be picked up by the second baseman. Throw to first, not in time. Carter Young will score, and Jack Shark will stay at third. Great job of hitting, Alex, by Vance Tobel just to get bat on ball.
Yeah, he did a good job, Tobel did, of really cutting down his swing. He's a big man. He can hit baseballs really far, but right there he knows ball in play. That's what we talk about, the execution of this Mules offense with runners at third. Tobel gets there, and now you got to set up first and third, another situation the Mules can be successful in.
So the Mules make the error hurt as Carter Young will score the run. Now first and third for Cole Moore at 351. 4 home runs, 51 driven in. Cole does square the bunt, but pulls the bat back and takes a pitch low and outside. Cole 1 for 3 yesterday. On base with a walk and scored 2 of the Mules' 11 runs. 1 ball and no strikes to Cole. Vance Tobel the lead at first. Shark down the line at third. Backdoor breaking ball finds the outside corner. And again, Moore showed bunt.
So in this situation, it looks like the Boll Weevils are going to bring both the first baseman and the third baseman, but the first baseman, Kinsella, has to hold on Tobel at first so he doesn't just steal the bag.
Again, showing bunt. Little bunt out in front of the plate, and now the ball gets right over the pitcher's glove. And now Vance Tobel's trying to go to third. The throw to third is bad, and up the left field line. And now Vance is going to have to go back to bag, though, as the pitcher backing the play up was able to prevent another run on another error. Now that ball just bounced on the bunt over the glove of the pitcher.
Yeah, and Peacock, I think what happened was he was going to go for the field with the glove and the glove flip, and he took his eye off the ball before it got into his glove at the last moment to find his catcher. Ball went right over, and there was no one. The ball was sitting in the middle of the field by itself. And so 2 costly errors, 2 runs scored for the Mules in this inning, and we're going to get an early visit from the head coach, John Harvey, as what we talked about in the pregame. The Mules had that opportunity. You come out early and land a punch here in the first, it could make the Boll Weevils kind of spin into, uh-oh, here we go again.
Well, and right now the Boll Weevils just struggling defensively. They're going to give Cole Moore a single on that bunt. He'll get the RBI and then a throwing error
to the first baseman?
By the first baseman, yeah.
Which allows Tobel to go to third and Cole Moore to go to second.
Correct. So that is the single RBI. Just trying to make sure we get our scorecards all right. And the E3. So 2 errors in the first inning, and I'm sure that visit by John Harvey was just to give everybody, okay, let's take a breath. This is the first inning. We need to settle in quickly, though.
And this is what the Mules do offensively. They just want to apply pressure and speed you up, and that's what it is. Both plays, the Mules have just sped up the Boll Weevils defensively.
Now Brennan Van Brusingen. 3-hit game here yesterday. Runners at second and third, and Peacock's pitch way inside for ball 1. Brennan, 387, 21 home runs. He has driven in 69. So Cole Moore is at second base. Vance Tobel at third. A 2-0 Mule lead, top of the first. Peacock's pitch, big swing, no contact by the Mules, Brennan Van Brusingen. Brennan steps out of the box for a moment, trying to catch his breath a little bit. Now he's back in, and now the home plate umpire calling time. I think both hitter and pitcher not on sync as to when they wanted to resume play. 1-1 pitch, Peacock to Van Brusingen way outside, and Chas Poppy able to spear that ball from going back to the screen.
And another thing with Peacock, he has 7 wild pitches on the year, so he's a strikeout guy. He's got good secondary breaking stuff, so you can, with a runner at third, you can take that away from him. And I see what's happening here. The umpire at second base called time and said, Peacock, he's telling the pitcher, make sure the hitter has eye contact before you come set.
2-1 to Van Brusingen. Tapped a breaking ball foul back to the screen. And that evens the count at 2-2.
That's one of the new rules that they implemented when they implemented the pitch clock. They found pitchers were finding a way to work around it. Us crafty pitchers always finding a way. So when the hitter gets in the box, pitchers cannot come set until the hitter has his eyes up at the pitcher.
2-2 on Van Brusingen. And Brennan swings and misses at a high fastball. Peacock needing a strikeout, gets one there, Van Brusingen. So 2 outs with runners at second and third, and Chase Heath will step to the plate. Chase 1 for 4 yesterday with an RBI and a run scored, hitting .389, 15 home runs, and 58 driven in. So now the Mules look for a big 2-out hit. Peacock to the plate, and Heath takes a breaking ball in for a strike. So Peacock needed a strikeout with the runner at third and 1 out. He couldn't get it against Tobel, does against Van Brusingen. Now 0-1 on Chase Heath. Here's Peacock's pitch, taps it foul. So as he did against Van Brusingen, Peacock jumps out in front with an 0-2 count.
And here against Heath, he's gone to back-to-back breaking balls, so I wonder if he'll try to elevate the fastball, maybe get a swing and a miss like he did against Van Brusingen, or if he'll stay that breaking ball. Once again, breaking ball down, Mules will be aggressive on ball and dirt.
0-2 on Heath. He did throw the high fastball. Chase did not chase, and the count 1 ball and 2 strikes.
Now I would expect, and this is the conversation between Jackson Cobb, the third base coach, and Tobel, if he goes back to breaking ball, anticipate it, and if it scoots away, take the base.
1-2 pitch coming to Heath. Stayed with a fastball away. Chase didn't offer. Now it's 2 balls and 2 strikes. Mules here in this inning have 3 hits, but have benefited from 2 errors. Have runners at second and third, trying to add to the 2-0 lead. 2-2 pitch coming to Heath. And a swing and a foul tip. Just barely got a piece of that. And that ball also got a piece of Chas Poppy, the Boll Weevil catcher. So our home plate umpire, Ryan Carl, will walk the ball back out to the pitcher to give Chas Poppy a moment to Try to catch his breath, and Chase Heath, the Mules catcher, he knows all about that.
Yeah, the Mules catcher visiting with him, just making sure he's all right, checking on him. It looked like that foul tip caught the inside of the right leg around the knee-thigh area.
So 2-2 on Chase. Doble at third, Moore at second. 2 outs, top of the first. Here's Peacock's pitch. Line shot, left center field. That plugs the gap. All the way to the wall. 2 runs will score. And Chase Heath, a stand-up double and a big 2-out. 2-run double to give the Mules a 4-0 lead.
Talked about leaning on the offense. The Mules offense has been so good this year, just in these situations too, taking close pitches, fouling off tough pitches, and then when you get a mistake in the middle of the zone, you don't miss it. And Chase Heath has had an outstanding year offensively, and that's a big swing right there for the Mules with a 4 spot.
RBIs 59 and 60 for Chase. And now he's in scoring position for Josh Patrick. Left-handed batter. Breaking ball catches the outside corner. Josh Patrick 1 for 3. In yesterday's game scored 3 runs. Hit an inside the park home run to drive in 2. He is hitting .364, a dozen homers, 44 driven in. And he flares a fastball foul off the left side. So Peacock has been ahead of the last 3 hitters with 2 strikes. He got Van Brusingen, but Chase Heath worked the count even and then got the 2-run double. Now he's ahead of Josh Patrick 0-2. Peacock a peek back to Heath. Delivers, and he threw the high fastball, and Patrick didn't offer. Count 1 ball, 2 strikes.
You can kind of see just the body language. And like I said, with the Boll Weevils losing yesterday, being the home team today can kind of work in your disadvantage.
1-2 breaking ball way outside, gets away from Poppy, and Heath goes to third. So good job of reading that from second base. And the Mules have a runner at third now with 2 outs, 2-2 on Josh Patrick. It'll be a wild pitch. Charge to Peacock. So 2-2 to Patrick, left-handed batter. Outfield straight away. Peacock's pitch. Ground ball right side, and great play by the first baseman, Cancella, who gets it to his pitcher covering for the out. So Cancella, the first baseman for the Boll Weevils, saves a 5th run in the first. But the first inning is a good one for the Mules. They score 4 with 4 hits and take advantage of 2 errors. Boll Weevils come to bat in the bottom of the first against Jack Kreisman. Mules lead 4-0 on the UCM Sports Radio Network.
The legacy began in 1973. That was the year NCAA Division II was born. And since the very first day, our division has shaped generations of student athletes with a true sense of academics, athletics, and community. That is 5 decades of graduations, championships, teamwork, and personal development. 50 years of shaping student athletes into world-class leaders. NCAA Division II. Our division, our legacy.
Crown of quality.
Well, the Mules, the visiting team on the scoreboard in this second game of this Super Regional. So Jack Kreisman takes the mound with a 4-run lead already. And the freshman right-hander will, for the Mules, be making start number 14, appearance number 19. Kreisman has pitched 61 in the 3rd innings, given up 62 hits, walked 22, struck out 49. Opponents batting .270 against Jack. ERA of 4.11, coming off an outstanding performance against Augustana in the sub-regional last week. Alex, 7 2/3 innings, 9 hits, 1 walk, 4 strikeouts, 3 runs.
Yeah, and looking back on that game, a couple of things that Kreisman did so well was, one, he got ahead of the Vikings hitters from Augustana almost consistently throughout the day. So he was working ahead in the count, but then a lot of put-away pitches, he went with that fastball just above the hands, and the Vikings hitters could not lay off it. So we'll see how that fastball command is for Kreisman today.
Rock Hawthorne, who hit a home run yesterday, will step in to lead things off for the Boll Weevils. He was 1 for 4 officially with 2 runs scored. First pitch is grounded to first. Patrick falls, has to underhand quickly, and just in time as Kreisman covered by a step. So Hawthorne out 3-1 on the put out at first base.
Yeah, good job. And right there, you can see, if you're here at the ballpark, Josh Patrick and Cole Moore, the first baseman and second baseman, they're having a conversation. Cole's letting him know, like, hey, I'm there. I'll let you know. But Patrick, not assuming anything, goes and gets the baseball for the first out.
One away for Camden Turner, 2 for 4 with 2 runs scored. First pitch from Kreisman's a sharp breaking ball on the inside corner. Jack Kreisman, 6'1", 185, true freshman out of Blue Valley Northwest High School in Overland Park, Kansas. Another breaking ball, got that up, and Turner singles this one right back up the middle. So the Boll Weevils have their first base runner with 1 on and 1 out in the bottom of the first inning.
Number 19.
That'll bring up Kirk Wolf, who hit a 3-run home run in the bottom at the top of the 9th yesterday. He had 3 ribbies and a couple of hits. Top of the order for the Boll Weevils did their offensive damage. Here's Kreisman's first pitch. Good fastball through for a called strike.
Yeah, they're 1 through 3 guys combined for 5 of the 7 hits in yesterday's ball game. So important to limit those guys as best you can.
Kirk Wolf, right-handed batter, looks at a fastball down low. 1 ball and 1 strike. Wolf at .337. A dozen home runs, 51 driven in. Boll Weevils yesterday, 6 runs on 7 hits. They did hit 3 home runs. 1-1 pitch coming. Wolf looks at a breaking ball that bounces away from Chase Heath, and that will allow Camden Turner to go to second base.
We'll see how they score that. Breaking ball looked like right in the middle of Chase Heath's body. I think he just didn't get all the way down to block it.
So Turner in scoring position. It'll be a pass ball on Chase. Now 2 balls and 1 strike on the Boll Weevils left fielder Kirk Wolf. Kreisman's pitch on the way. Ground ball is fair inside the bag at third, and that will give the Boll Weevils a run. Kirk Wolf is on his way to second base. Shark bobbles the ball. Wolf wide turn at second, but will hold up with an RBI double.
Yeah, and so important for Kreisman right now. Hey, missing in the middle of the plate with some of his pitches, and that's all that is. So you need to get locked back in. You've got your team got you a 4-run lead. You're pitching to contact. You're not walking guys, but just those small details got to be cleaned up a little bit for the Mule starter.
So back-to-back hits, and the Boll Weevils on the scoreboard here in the bottom of the first. It is 4-1 for Chas Poppy, the cleanup hitter. Catcher for Monticello, hitting .315. Team high 16 home runs, 62 driven in. Good fastball over for a called strike. Poppy hit a solo home run yesterday. 2 of the 3 home runs hit by the Boll Weevils were solo shots. And the wind today, what wind there is blowing in from left. The 0-1 pitch to Poppy is inside for ball 1. 1 ball, 1 strike. The outfield flags are pretty much limp. Flags above the Mules' third base dugout blowing kind of in from left center field. 1 ball, 1 strike to Poppy. Poppy late swinging a fastball, flares it foul off the right side. And he's down to the count, 1 ball and 2 strikes. The Boll Weevils have, as a team, hit .297. Their 3 home runs yesterday up their home run total on the year to 76. Jack Kreisman has Poppy down, 1 ball and 2 strikes. A peek back to the runner at second. Throws the sharp slider is outside. And the count 2-2.
A good pitch right there, just missed off that outside corner. But now you can go back to that pitch, or you can elevate the fastball that Kreisman had success with last weekend.
A look back at Kirk Wolf, the pitch to Poppy, another breaking ball way outside. So right now Kreisman appears to be not commanding the breaking stuff.
Yeah, and like we said against the Mules offensively, if as a pitcher you can't command your secondary stuff, it makes it simpler for the offense to just sit on 1 pitch.
Payoff pitch about to be delivered to Poppy, and it's a strike 3. I was waiting for the home plate umpire, as I think Chas Poppy was. Maybe the home plate umpire, Ryan Carl, yelled strike, but he didn't motion strike 3.
Yeah, great fastball that froze, and I think Poppy was expecting maybe a 3rd breaking ball, but that ball just stayed at the knees. Good job by Chase Heath of catching that ball for strike 3.
So 2 outs for Chase Cripps, the second baseman. Another right-handed batter takes a breaking ball inside. Cripps, 261. 3 home runs, 35 driven in, 1 for 4 yesterday. The top 5 guys in the lineup for Monticello got all 7 of their hits yesterday. Kirk Wolf, who got the RBI double at second base. Pitch is going to be down low for ball 2. So it's 2-0 on Chase Cripps, the Boll Weevils' second baseman. The right-handed batter against the right-handed thrower for the Mules, Jack Kreisman. A peek back to second. Here's the pitch, and that's down low. So now it's 3 balls and no strikes.
Yeah, looks like Kreisman just, and maybe, him used to pitching the top of the first and the bottom of the first, maybe he's just a little bit out of his rhythm right now at the plate. But the misses aren't by much, I will say that.
3 balls, no strikes. Good fastball on the outside corner. And now it's 3 balls and 1 strike. Brennan Van Broosingen in center field, playing a couple of steps to his left. In right center, Chase Cripps ready to get the pitch from Kreisman. Ground ball up the middle, right near the bag is Cole Moore. Throw to first, and that is the inning. So Cole had him played perfectly, and the Mules second baseman throws out the Boll Weevils second baseman. Well, the Boll Weevils get one of those runs back here in the bottom of the first with a single and the RBI double. 1 man left on for Arkansas Monticello. 1 inning in the book in game 2 in this best 2 out of 3 Super Regional. The Mules leading the Boll Weevils 4-1 on the UCM Sports Radio Network.
I pledge.
I am an NCAA student athlete.
And I pledge to be a champion of unity
on my team, on my campus, and in my community.
I pledge to embrace differences and strive for inclusion and collaboration.
I pledge to stand against racism, hate, and discrimination.
I pledge to strive for love, care, and forgiveness.
I pledge to stand against silence, deceit, and obscurity.
I pledge to strive for dialogue, truth, and understanding.
I pledge to stand against fear and doubt.
I pledge to strive for trust and belief in one another.
I pledge to stand against complacency and stagnancy.
I pledge to strive for change and growth.
I commit to supporting my fellow student athletes in all circumstances that impact them.
I commit to both choosing unity personally and encouraging it for all.
I pledge these things because we are stronger together.
United as one.
The top of inning number 2 with the only guy that didn't bat in the first inning, Jacob Steele, to lead things off. If anybody gets on, Carter Young, Jack Shark, and then Max Holy if anybody else gets on base. So let's see what adjustments everybody makes now. After 1 inning, everybody has taken the breath.
Yeah, I think the first inning, obviously the Mules could have put up a 0 in the bottom of the first, but 4 runs and forcing Peacock to throw 33 pitches and really pressuring their defense into a couple errors is a great start for the Mules.
Jacob Steele, right-handed batter, leads things off against Peacock. First pitch breaking ball is in for a strike. Jacob yesterday went 0 for 3, did reach on a walk and scored a run. Steele's average, .366, 13 home runs, 64 driven in. Jacob looks at a breaking ball down low to even the count at 1 ball and 1 strike. Mules among the 9 offensive categories they lead. In hitting, .359, hits, .729, runs, .648, home runs with .124, and slugging percentage, .645. Jacob landed a fastball, hits it foul off the right side. Count 1 ball and 2 strikes. They lead the nation in triples with 37. And they lead the nation in defense with a .982 fielding percentage. 1 ball, 2 strikes to Jacob Steele. Peacock throws this one ball the way back to the screen. On the breaking ball that was way low and outside. 2 balls and 2 strikes to Jacob.
Yeah, and you can see Peacock, I think there's some frustration, and it's part of it. You've got your season riding on your shoulders right now. He's overthrowing a little bit.
2-2 pitch is inside, ball 3. So the Mules, a team that walk a lot. They broke the school record for most walks in a season yesterday with 340. They extract a lot of pitches out of the opponent's pitching staff. Payoff pitch coming to Steele, and he checked his swing. They appealed to first. He did not go around. So Jacob Steele draws the dreaded leadoff walk here in the top of the second.
Yeah, and really it's, like you said, Bob, it's what they've done all year long, just Steele fighting off tough pitches, taking some borderline pitches, and then ultimately finding his way to first base for the top of the lineup.
So Carter Young, who reached on the error by Garrett, the shortstop, and scored the first of 4 runs in the first, will be at the plate. Left-handed batter against Peacock. Steele runs. Here's a strike. Throw down to second base, and that's all the way into center field. Jacob got a late start to third. Here's the throw to third, but the throw was short. And Steele will go second to third on the throwing error by Chaz Poppy, the catcher.
So, and I understand the third baseman, Doran's, coming to get that ball because it was going to be an in-between hop, which is really tough to catch and place a tag. But I think at this point in the game,
take a chance.
You've got to take that chance. The pitcher was actually hustling over there to back up, so if it does get by you, you've got a guy there.
So Steele at third base for Carter Young, who started his swing but held up on a pitch down low. It's 1 ball and 1 strike. So that is stolen base number 190. Ties for the nation's lead as well. 1-1 pitch. That pitch just off the outside corner, 2-1 on Carter.
And even those last couple takes by Carter, I mean, those are close pitches, but he's not even flinching. This Mules offense is locked in right now and really forcing the ball over the middle of the plate.
2-1 pitch to Carter Young, way outside, ball 3. So it's 3-1 on the Mules leadoff hitter, Carter Young, who scored his 87th run of the season. And the top of the first. Now he has a chance to drive one home. 3-1 pitch and a breaking ball again. The Mules don't offer at it. And again, a walk by Peacock.
Yeah, and it looks like Peacock is trying not to give in and see if the Mules hitters will chase. But thus far today, really, Van Brusingen is the only one that I can think of that has swung at a pitch way out of the zone. It was that fastball with 2 strikes at the top of the zone. So, you know, I think it shows the discipline of these Mules hitters and why they have so many categories. Like I said, so many school records. And it's, they hit for power, they hit for average, they get base on balls.
And they run.
And they run.
Yeah.
It's really hard to shut down all 4 of those parts of their offense in a game.
What's the old saying that speed never goes in a slump? And so if you're not hitting home runs or you're not hitting the doubles, triples, single, whatever, you get guys on base, you can still find ways to score.
Absolutely. And this situation right here with Jack Shark at the plate, runners first and third, the same that we had in the first inning. And Peacock hustled off the mound, was trying to field the bunt off Cole Moore and glove flip, but just whiffed on the ball. So, and I think that's what this visit is about is, hey, they're going to do it again. Make sure of the first one.
Shark, a good bunter with the third baseman Durant inching in from third. Cancella, the first baseman, has to hold Carter Young. First and third, nobody out. Shark not showing bunt, takes a breaking ball in for a strike.
And this is where the chess match starts, right? So you did first and third safety squeeze in the first inning. You might have a fake bunt and steal, get runners to second and third, and then let Shark just swing away.
0-1 on Jack. Charles Peacock from the stretch checks the runners at first and third. And he's going to throw to first to try to maybe tip the hand a little bit, see if Shark will show if he's going to bunt. Alex Backus, Mules' first base coach, directing traffic for Carter Young. 0-1 on Shark. Here's the pitch. Now he does show bunt, but the pitch was outside for a ball. In the count, 1-1.
And once again, you saw shortstop was going to the bag, second baseman going to first. Corners are crashing there, so you could do fake bunt and steal. You could also fake bunt and run. There's a lot of different ways you could attack.
1-1 pitch coming to Shark, who gets under one and skies one to left field. Wolf, the left fielder, will make a foul ball catch in left field. Steele will tag at third and score. Carter Young started a second and then stopped. Good job by Shark. Didn't get the bunt down, but didn't need to. He sacrificed fly to drive in his 51st run this year.
And actually, that's a really heads-up play by Kirk Wolf, the left fielder. That ball was deep enough. He knew Shark was going to score from third, but they also know that Carter Young was tagging at first, so the ball went straight to second base to keep Carter at first.
So the Mules get the run back. The Boll Weevils scored in the bottom of the first. 5-1 now, Mules lead. And And here is Max Holy, who laid down a sacrifice in the first. Carter Young with the lead. Holy takes a breaking ball down for a strike. Max Holy yesterday 0 for 3. He did drive in a run, the only mule, though, that did not reach base. Max at 371 with a team-high 73 RBIs. He has also hit 14 home runs. 0-1 to Max Holy, way outside. And evens the count, 1 ball and 1 strike. Max looking into the Mules dugout. Head coach Kyle Crooks, who is 24-6 all-time in NCAA regional play, flashes the signs. 1-1 pitch. Holy looks at a pitch down low. 2 balls and 1 strike.
And, you know, one of the things, you talk about the aggressiveness of Mules, that ball in the dirt, Coach Crooks is jumping on Carter Young a little bit at first base. Why are you not standing on second? They just want to continue to apply pressure and not let up at all.
2 balls, 1 strike to Holy. Max rolls this one to short. Garrett flips to second for 1. Relay to first in time for the double play. So a 6-4-3 inning-ending double play, and that will stop the top of the second. But the Mules, again, take advantage of walks and errors. 2 walks, 1 error, and the Mules' run came on a sacrifice fly. Nobody left. And the top of the second, Boll Weevils come to bat in the bottom of the second. Mules on top 5-1 on the UCM Sports Radio Network.
Being a champion takes more than skill, more than endless drills, more than using your head. Being a champion takes the heart to give it your all, the agility to thrive from any angle, and the relentless drive to be the best. Welcome to Division II, where the pursuit is yours to create, and the question isn't, can you do it? It's will you?
Great crowd here on hand at Crane Stadium, Tompkins Field. If you're in the area, though, come on out. Enjoy baseball today. The Mules, last time you get a chance to watch them here at Crane Stadium, Tompkins Field in 2024. They're trying to win their 20th regional championship and earn their way back to Cary, North Carolina for the 6th time in NCAA Division II championship play. 5-1, Mules with the lead. Jack Kreisman, who gave up a couple of hits in the first, will face the 6, 7, and 8 hitters for the Boll Weevils in the bottom of inning number 2. Cade Kinsella, first baseman for Monticello, will lead things off. 292 average, 6 home runs, 50 driven in. Kinsella 0 for 3 yesterday, but did drive in 1 of the runs. So Jack Kreisman, Mules freshman right-hander, kicks and delivers first pitch fastball that's low and outside for a ball. Chase Heath doing the catching for the Mules today. Here's the pitch. Breaking ball is on the outside corner for a strike. Jacob Steele at third. Max Holy at short. Cole Moore at second. Josh Patrick at first. Jack Shark, Brennan Van Brussingen, and Carter Young left to right. Good breaking ball. A swing and a miss by Kinsella. He's down to the count. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Cade Kinsella, right-handed batter. Trying to protect the plate. Flares a breaking ball foul off the right side. And the count holds 1 ball and 2 strikes. Jack picking up his pace a little bit more here in the second. Getting the ball, he's ready to go. 1-2 pitch to Kinsella is outside. 2-2.
And that's 3 straight breaking balls. So it'll be interesting if you go back last week. Once again, his best outing of the year was a lot of elevated fastballs with 2 strikes.
2-2 pitch. Fastball down low. Now it's a full count, 3 balls and 2 strikes. So Jack trying to get the leadoff man out here in the bottom of the second. Payoff pitch, breaking ball just a bit inside. Kinsella thought he was going to get hit, and Mules dugout not happy with that non-strike call by a home plate umpire, Ryan Carl.
And one of the things, and we've talked about this, the umpires are assigned by the NCAA, but Ryan Carl is an MIAA umpire. The Mules see him a lot, so they have an idea of what his zone looks like most of the time.
Now Aiden Garrett, the shortstop, left-handed batter, with a runner at first, nobody out. Pitch down low for ball 1. Jack kind of kicking at the mound right now. And Chase Heath does the right thing. I think, number one, he's upset about not getting that strike calls, and that kind of went over into his next pitch.
Yeah, absolutely. And that's the growing part of a young freshman pitching in. He pitched in a regional game last week, and now he's in a super regional, and it's the message here from Heath is, hey, we can't let that affect us. We got to make our next pitch right here. And so that's a good visit by Chase Heath, and I even like it. The umpire comes out and tells him to hurry up, and Chase Heath takes even the slower walk back to the plate, really letting his guy take a deep breath and get back to his center.
1 ball and no strikes to Aiden Garrett. 283 average. He has hit 11 home runs this year and driven in 36. Kreisman's fastball is off the outside corner, and the count 2 balls and no strikes. Now Kreisman checking the runner at first. Delivers 2-0, ground ball up the middle. Cole Moore, a dive off the tip of his glove into shallow center field. And that will allow Kinsella to go to third base. Boy, Cole made a good effort to his right, but just could not get the glove on the ball completely. And now the Boll Weevils threaten first and third, nobody out. And the Mules bullpen is going to go to work.
Yeah, and really not a bad pitch. It was a good piece of hitting by Aiden Garrett. The hitter gets more comfortable when he's ahead in the count 2-0, and he can look for a fastball middle in and put a good swing on it.
Now Parker Durant, Boll Weevils third baseman, 298, 5 home runs, 25 driven in. Kreisman a peek to the runners at first and third. Ground ball is off the foot. Picked up by Moore, underhands to second for the force out as a run scores. I don't know if it hit the pitching mound, the rubber, or the foot of Kreisman, but it kind of had a funny hop. But a good job by Cole Moore to stay with it to at least get the force out.
Yeah, I think it hit his heel, so I think that should be a 1-4-6 put out. They do score the run on it, so the Mules lead now 5-2, but they get the first out of the inning, and the double play is still in order with the runner at first base.
So Durant gets the RBI as Cancelo scores. Durant's the runner at first now for Deshaun Cordova, the number 9 hitter who takes a fastball over for a strike. Cordova 193, 1 home run, 9 driven in. 0 for 2 yesterday with a walk. Right-hander Jack Kreisman to the plate. Cordova looks at the pitch outside. And the count even 1 ball and 1 strike.
And this is a big guy right here because you got the top of the lineup, the part that did all the damage yesterday, looming in the on-deck circle.
Cordova, another left-handed batter. Kreisman's pitch is down low. So Jack falling behind. Another Boll Weevil. After last week against Augustana, just continuously ahead of the Vikings. 2-1 to Cordova, showing butt, and now he takes a pitch inside for ball 3.
Yeah, and when you get to this point as a pitcher, there's sometimes, and here's going to come a mound visit from pitching coach Eli McFadden, you get to a point where you have a lead and you have a team that can hit the ball a little bit. You try to make perfect pitches. Yeah. And you just nibble a little bit, and you just miss here, just miss there. And then maybe you make a great pitch, but you don't get the benefit of the doubt on a call. And then so some frustration starts to build, and you start to pick more and more. I think one of the best things that young pitchers can do is just continue to stay in their game and challenge hitters. Put them on the defensive, and you're going to give up some hits, but a lot of times in college baseball, it's not – hitters are good, but they're not that good. Like, it's really hard to string 3-4 hits together to score multiple runs, but when you walk guys, you fall behind, then it makes it a lot easier for them offensively to stay with their attack.
Well, the guy that scored the run walked to lead off the inning, so that speaks volumes when you're not attacking the strike zone, and I'm sure Eli McFadden and Chase Heath have both said to Jack, come on, just settle in. You've got the stuff. We've seen it all year. Just attack. Make them earn their way on base. So a runner at first, 1 out. Mules up 5-2, bottom of the second. 3 balls and 1 strike to Deshaun Cordova. Here's Kreisman's pitch, and Cordova hits this one into right field. Carter Young coming on and makes a diving catch. That ball just kind of died on Carter. who really had to move quickly to his right and in to be able to corral that little sinking line drive.
And that's another thing. If you're a freshman pitcher and you've got this defense playing behind you, go make the Boll Weevils put the ball in play and challenge it, because you've got guys all over the field with great speed and the ability to make great plays like that.
So a runner at first, 2 outs for Rock Hawthorne. He grounded out to first to start the bottom of the first for the Boll Weevils. Pitch to Hawthorne, a good fastball from Jack Kreisman for strike 1.
One of the things that this Mules team does a lot, they do a lot of communicating on the field. I know that there are guys on the infield right now kind of pumping up Kreisman. Hey, make the next pitch. Let's go. We're right here. We got you.
0-1 pitch is going to be down low. It was close, apparently, of the way that Chase Heath kind of held the ball there. We can't tell from our angle if it's up or down very well, but you can tell by the body language of the pitcher and the catcher. 1-1 on Hawthorne. Runner at first base with 2 down. Pitch to Hawthorne is low and outside. We saw Hawthorne yesterday. He's a very selective hitter. He doesn't swing at a lot of stuff. Hit the home run against the Mules yesterday. That got the Boll Weevils on the scoreboard. 2 balls, 1 strike. Kreisman's pitch hit in the air toward left field. Almost right in the tracks for Jack Shark. He will come in to make the catch, and the inning is over. So Kreisman struggled to start the inning, but he gets the benefit of good defensive effort, and he allows just a 1 run on 1 hit. 1 man left on for the Boll Weevils in the bottom of the second. Through 2 here at Crane Stadium, Tompkins Field, the NCAA Division II Central Super Regional. Mules leading the Boll Weevils 5-2 on the UCM Sports Radio Network.
In NCAA Division II, student athletes leave a lasting impression on their communities. That's because Division II student athletes want to make a difference and truly be part of their surrounding communities. Through community engagement, thousands of student athletes from various backgrounds interact with community members who view them as role models. This interaction leaves a positive and perhaps even life-changing impression on all those involved. In Division II, we rise to the opportunity and make community engagement ours.
New job opportunities are everywhere these days, and EnerSys in Warrensburg is leading the way with positions starting at $20.42 per hour and up to $34 per hour. Take advantage of a $1,500 signing bonus and new commuter pay worth up to $150 per month. You'll also get competitive medical, dental, and vision insurance, along with new identity theft protection after just 30 days of employment and an outstanding 6% 401k match. Apply today at jobs.enersys.com. That's jobs.enersys.com.
Well, neither team has put a 0 on the scoreboard yet through the first 2. Mules coming to bat in the top of the third, leading 5-2. 5 runs, 4 hits for the Mules. 2 runs, 3 hits, 3 errors for Arkansas-Monticello. Middle part of the order for the Mules. Vance Tobel will lead things off. Got the RBI single in the first to start the Mules scoring. Charles Peacock, the right-hander, delivers to Vance Tobel and throws first pitch fastball over for a called strike. Tobel, Moore, and Van Brusigen. 4, 5, and 6. Anybody gets on? Chase Heath would bat. The Mules 4 in the first, 1 in the second. Now the breaking ball is outside. 1 ball and 1 strike.
Yeah, we know the Mules are not going to take their foot off the pedal offensively. So as an offense, you got to stay within your approach, keep getting good pitches to hit, and stay flat through the middle.
1-1 pitch is a fastball just inside. Well, our home plate umpire is not giving that inside corner to either team, as now the Boll Weevils' first base dugout kind of chirps at Ryan Carl. 2-1 on Tobel. Peacock's pitch on the way, and there's Vance swinging at a breaking ball and not making contact. It's really the first time we've seen the Mules swing at a breaking ball out of the strike zone. So the count even, 2-2. Charles Peacock, 1 strikeout so far in the game. 2-2 pitch about to be delivered to Vance Tobel. Vance taps this foul wide of third, and third base coach Jackson Cobb will field it and throw it back into the Mules dugout.
You know, you talk about each team tries to get scouting reports on the opponent they're about to play. The Mules have an advantage because they have a little bit of a scouting report on the home plate umpire.
2-2 pitch. High breaking ball to run the count full, 3-2. Peacock's effort against Missouri Southern in the sub-regional, 5 1/3, 6 hits, 4 runs, 2 walks, 4 strikeouts. Full count, 3-2 on Vance Tobel. Here's the pitch, and Vance hits this a ton to deep left field. Wolf is back to the wall, and that is gone. Vance Tobel, who homered to center yesterday, hits his 11th home run of the season, this one to left, and the Mules have the lead of 4 back at 6-2.
And Tobel, I was thinking about how he swung and chased that breaking ball in the dirt, 2-1. He swung at that pitch because I think he was sitting on a breaking ball. He was expecting it to come. The first one was just a little bit low. That breaking ball was up about thigh high, and he did not miss it.
Home run number 125 as a team. Every home run the Mules hit, they continue to add to their school and MIAA record, and Vance Tobel's home run is a parting gift for the starting pitcher, Charles Peacock. John Henry is on his way out to the mound, and John Harvey will make the call to the bullpen. A new pitcher coming on for the Boll Weevils. So the Mules lead is back to 4 at 6-2 with a home run by Vance Tobel here to lead off the third. New pitcher coming on for Ark-Monticello. We'll tell you about the new Boll Weevil pitcher after this from Fitter's Restaurant and Pub on Pine Street in Warrensburg.
Fitter's Restaurant.
30.
For Arkansas Monticello is right-hander Dylan Vale, 6'2", 195. Dylan Vale on the season making his 26th appearance. He's been their workhorse out of the bullpen, and as far as innings go, 46 2/3 innings, has only allowed 33 hits. Walked 25, struck out 42. Opponents batting 196. Vale's ERA at 5.01, and John Harvey is going to ask Dylan Vale to do what he did against Missouri Southern in the championship game of the sub-regional when Vale came on and pitched 4 innings of 1-hit relief. No walks, no runs, 2 strikeouts. And I think John Harvey kind of figures now's the time to go to the pen, and we're already down 6-2.
And really, you know, for Peacock, 58 pitches, 2+ innings, gave up 5 hits, but the 6 runs, only 2 of them were earned. Kind of tough luck for him today. The Mules offensively just applied pressure in the right spots against this Boll Weevil defense. So he walked 2, struck out 1. That's kind of, he didn't strike out as many Mules as his numbers maybe would have suggested coming in. So Peacock it wasn't quite as sharp, and against the Mules, you gotta have not only swing and miss stuff, but you gotta be sharp with your command. If you make mistakes over the middle, they're gonna make you pay.
So the Mules with 4 in the first, 1 in the second, 1 so far here in the third. And Cole Moore will be the first to face the new pitcher for the Boll Weevils, Dylan Vale. Cole Moore reached on that bunt single and also scored a run. Cole will step in against Dylan Vale. Cole has now reached base safely in 21 consecutive games. Dylan Vale, right-hander, throws a fastball high, 1 ball, no strikes. Vale looking into our home plate umpire about the location of that last pitch. 1-0 pitch coming to Moore, way outside and all the way back to the screen. Count 2 balls and no strikes.
One thing I saw with Vale's warm-up pitches, he was not comfortable with the landing spot on the mound. He was kicking at it and trying to adjust it several times.
2-0 fastball right through there. Count 2 balls and 1 strike. The Mules 125 home runs as a team now. that leads Division II. Good fastball to Cole. On the outside corner, now the count even, 2 balls and 2 strikes. Cole out of the box for a moment. Left-handed hitting second baseman for the Mules back in. 2-2 pitch, good cut at a fastball, fouled it back.
One of the things I love about this Mules offense, and you see it probably the best out of anyone, is Cole Moore and Brennan Van Brusken. They don't get too high, they don't get too low with balls and strike calls of the umpire or whatever. It's just they're worried about their plan.
Fastball again fouled off by Cole. And we'll do it again, 2 balls and 2 strikes. Flags in the outfield, pretty limp. Again, the flags over the Mules' third base dugout and clubhouse, just kind of blowing ever so lightly straight in from right. It is a gorgeous day here, 80 degrees right now. Pitch low and outside for a ball. And again, a Mules hitter has run the count full against a Bull Weaver pitcher. It's 3-2. Brennan Van Brusingen waiting on deck. Dylan Vale. Payoff pitch coming to Cole Moore. Pops it foul again, left side. So Cole getting a better read. Every pitch you get from a pitcher, you kind of begin to pick things up.
Yeah, and really Vale's only gone in on 1 pitch. Everything else has been away, away, away. If he can command something in, he might tie up Cole.
Good breaking ball, but it stayed down low. Although Vale just can't believe it went a strike.
And that, I think, and that's a mixture there. I understand that Vale is frustrated. He looks over in the dugout, but the catcher, Poppy, he dropped the ball. He was trying to get underneath it and keep it at the bottom of the zone, so that tells me it probably was down a little bit. They were trying to steal a third strike.
Brennan Van Brusingen at the plate. Brennan, a strikeout victim in the first. So Cole Moore, the runner at first for the Mules. 8 stolen bases and 8 attempts. Brennan gets one popped up straight back toward us. And on top of the roof. We lose sight of it once it gets so high. Brennan looking into the Mules dugout to see if head coach Kyle Crooks wants to put anything on. And Brusingen extended his hitting streak to 7 yesterday. Now Dylan Vale ready from the belt. Pitches to Van Brusingen, low and inside. Count 1 ball and 1 strike. Brennan got some more first-team honors as All-American, All-Region, Player of the Year in the MIAA. Continues to climb the career ladder in several categories. There goes Cole Moore. Pitch is grounded left side and through. Cole Moore rounding second. He has gone ahead to third. So aggressive base running. This is what the Mules do, hit and run. And even though the ball was hit to left field, Cole Moore had it in front of him and was able to see and just kept on running first to third.
And that right there, that is 100% on Cole Moore. The ball is right in front of him, and Coach Crooks wants them to play aggressive, right? We've talked about it a lot. And that plays right in front of him. Jackson Cobb is not telling him to go or stop. That is 100% on the senior Cole Moore.
So first and third with nobody out for Chase Heath. Chase got the big 2-out, 2-strike double in the first inning. See if the Mules try to bunt. Van Brusingen is going. Here's the throw down to second, and Brennan is safe. The throw was pretty good by Poppy, but Brennan slid to the outside of second base and will pick up his 21st stolen base of the year. And with that stolen base, the Mules move to number 1 in the country in that category. So now second and third. That pitch is down low, 2 balls and no strikes. 191 stolen bases. Charleston, West Virginia had 190 this year. They made it to the regional but got eliminated. So nobody's going to catch the Mules in stolen bases now. Here's a ground ball to the shortstop. Van Brusingen will go back to second, but Cole Moore will score from third. And Chase Heath gets an RBI ground out for his 3rd RBI of the game.
And a good piece of base running there by Van Brusingen. Said Cole Moore going on down angle. As soon as that ball's on the ground, he's going to score. But Van Brusingen, that ball's in front of him. If he takes off to third, then Garrett can just go to third and get him out, the lead man. But now 1 out, still runner in scoring position.
7-2, Mules with the lead here at the top of the third for Josh Patrick, who rolled out to first. A good play by Kinsella to end the first. First pitch is outside for a ball. Kinsella dove to his right and was able to underhand to his pitcher Peacock covering to prevent the Mules from getting a 5th run in that first inning. So Josh would like to pick up the RBI here. They had 1 ball and no strikes. Dylan Vale's pitch. Breaking ball down low. It's 2-0.
Again, Mules offensively just refusing to give in on those borderline pitches. They are just not expanding the zone very often early in this ball game.
2 balls, no strikes to Patrick. Van Brusingen the lead at second, and Vale will turn and throw to second, although the shortstop is the one who received it about 10 feet to the third base side of second base.
I'll tell you, there's nothing more frustrating as a pitcher than when you execute a pitch just out of the zone and they don't swing at it.
2 balls, no strikes. Van Brusingen a big lead at second. Here's the pitch to Vale, and Patrick hits a rope down the right field line, but foul. Vale hung that ball and got in on Patrick enough where Josh really couldn't do anything but pull it foul. So the count's still in Patrick's favor, 2-1. Van Brusingen the lead at second. Now he runs to third, pitches outside. Here's the throw down to third, and out is Van Brusingen. So Chas Poppy with Patrick, the left-handed batter up there.
I think Coach Crooks wants to challenge it. He's asking our umpires. Van Brusingen popped up and said, he missed me.
Well, we'll see. That's, again, Jackson Cobb looked into the dugout. Umpires will come together, and unless you're absolutely convinced as the runner that you got in there, again, we have not seen a replay call overturned yet this year.
The throw from Poppy beat him.
Yeah.
So the question is, did the tag by Durant, did he get Van Brusingen on the hand, or was he able to kind of swim move and get the outside hand in around the tag?
Well, I guess we're going to go to the replay monitor and see. And so
the previous
Mules do challenge the out call at third. And we shall see if the Mules win this. Well, we have a couple of teams that have advanced to Cary, North Carolina. University of Indianapolis ended up winning the Midwest region with 2 wins over Saginaw Valley. Southern New Hampshire has won the East region. They beat Malloy today 12-10. So the Penmen of Southern New Hampshire, the Mules have seen them in Cary a couple of times. They will represent the East. Tampa, the number 1 team in the country, got beat by Emory-Riddle yesterday, but beat Emory-Riddle 15-1 today, so that forces a winner-take-all game. And Indiana, PA, Pennsylvania, beat Seton Hill 9-8 to force a winner-take-all in the Atlantic region. Cal State Monterey Bay, trying to win the West region, has a 7-5 lead over Point Loma in the 5th. Lubbock Christian, who lost to defending champ Angelo State in 10 innings last night, has a 6-0 lead over Angelo State in the 4th in the South Central region. Later, Catawba playing Georgia College. Catawba leads 1-0. And everything else right here, the Mules up 1-0. So we will have 8 teams going to Cary when this day is done. And the Division II Baseball Championships start a week from today.
And Mules fans, the Southern New Hampshire team, the Penmen, that should be familiar to us. The Mules and Penmen played in Houston this year. Mules won that game 5-4. That was the walk-off home run by Josh Patrick at Houston's Minute Maid Ballpark.
That'll be a memory for you all your life, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah, that was fun, I know, for the Mules to win that game. And for Southern New Hampshire, Millersville, a team that beat the Mules earlier, didn't win their region. And Tampa, of course, beat the Mules. And I know the Mules are thinking about, can we get a shot at the Tampa boys again?
That's right. And that's what, and me and Crooks have talked a lot about that Houston trip, and I've been able to go a couple times and be the radio call those weekends, and it's such a fun experience. But you see some really good baseball early on, and that's how Crooks wants it. He wants his team to be tested against teams that you're likely going to see at a College World Series, because he wants he said, I want the flight home. I want the team to be thinking about, okay, that's what we've got to do.
So the call at third will stand. It is caught stealing, 2-5. So the bases are empty, 2 outs. And the streak continues of no call overturned yet on replays. So Josh Patrick, 2 balls and 2 strikes. Mules have scored 2 here in the third, lead 7-2. Pitches outside, 3 balls and 2 strikes. But you can tell by that previous play, the Mules are going to stay aggressive on offense. So Dylan Vale's payoff pitch coming to Patrick, and it's outside for ball 4. And the Mules get their second walk in this inning. And that is walk number 4 in the ballgame.
The third baseman,
Jacob Steele, who walked to start the second and scored. He will bat with Patrick, the runner, at first. Now, Josh Patrick stole a couple of bases yesterday. He has 20 this year. So it wouldn't surprise us to see him take off. First pitch to Jacob Steele is through there for a called strike.
At some point, one of these Mules hitters is going to go up there looking for a first pitch breaking ball and take a big hack at it. They've started the Mules off with a lot of breaking balls.
Runner goes. Pitch is fouled off by Steele. Josh Patrick got a great jump on Dylan Vale. So Patrick will head back to first. Boy, that frustrates a team when you're down 7-2 and you feel like you're getting your brains beat in a little bit, for a team just to keep running. Pressure that stays on you, and that is what the Mules like to do. 0-2 on Steele. Dylan Vale to the plate. Breaking ball stays inside, 1-2.
And once again, just a little bit of a show of frustration there from Vale and even the catcher Poppy. He kind of held that ball in that inside corner a little bit longer trying to get that strike 3 call.
1 ball and 2 strikes to the Mules' third baseman, Jacob Steele. Josh Patrick the lead at first. Dylan Vale, the right-hander, taking his time, will throw to first and throws it wide left. Cancella able to come off the bag and spear that ball. As Alex Backus, Mules' first base coach, watching the pitcher and his base runner. 1-2 on Steele. And a base hit into right field, just going the other way with it. Josh Patrick, wide turn at second, but he will hold there. So Jacob just went with the pitch.
And a good piece of hitting by Steele there with a 1-2 count, looking for something away. Got a pitch away that was elevated, and he doesn't try to do too much, shoots it into right field, and turns the lineup over again to get Carter Young to the plate for the 3rd time.
Carter's been on base twice, reached on an error and scored in the first, walked in the second. So Carter Young, who entered play this weekend, 4th in the country in runs scored, now has 87. Vale's first pitch is over the outside corner for a called strike. Carter Young, with his 87 career runs scored this season, now 4th. We'll make that 5th in single season. Pitches down low, Poppy's throw to third, but Patrick is going to steal it. That time Patrick stole that off the pitcher.
Yeah, and he picked, not only was Vale a little slower to the plate, but he also picked a good pitch to run on. It was a changeup down, so that's a tough pitch for a catcher to catch and throw on.
So 1st and 3rd, the runner at first base, Steele stayed put. Count 1-1 now on Carter Young. Here's the pitch. Carter looks at a pitch up high. It's 2-1. So now we'll see if, with 2 outs, Steele tries to advance. Pitch to Carter is a good fastball, got the outside corner. So now it's 2-2. So Josh Patrick now with 21 stolen bases. Mules have 3 in this game. 2-2 pitch. Strike 3 called outside corner, and Carter knew it. He just couldn't pull the trigger. So Vale gets the strikeout, and that ends the inning. But the Mules tack on 2 more with a leadoff home run by Vance Tobel and the RBI groundout by Chase Heath. 2 runs in the inning and 2 men left. Boll Weevils come to bat in the bottom of the 3rd. Mules on top, 7-2 on the UCM Sports Radio Network.
From court to court and lane to lane, under the lights or under the sun, No one delivers Division II sports like NCAA.com. The center of D2 is inside the NCAA.com hub, with exclusive highlights of every sport and live broadcasts of every Division II championship found nowhere else. Make NCAA.com yours, the home of Division II college sports.
Tom Jackson, Alex Kent with you from Crane Stadium, Tompkins Field. Final home game the Mules will play in 2024. And the Mules are looking to wrap up their 20th regional championship and pick up yet another victory here at home. The Mules have had a great home season. As we said, they have matched last year's win total of 30. They were 30-7 here last year, 30-2 their home record in 2024. Camden Turner will lead things off for the Boll Weevils here in the bottom of the third. He reached on a single and scored in the first. Kreisman ties him up with a good fastball, and Turner fouls it off. So let's see about Jack Kreisman now. He's given up single runs in each of the first 2 innings. 0-1 on Turner. Late swing and a fastball, and that ball hits right off the light tower above the Mules' third base dugout. And falls right back onto the playing field. Kreisman ahead of Turner, the left-handed hitter, 0-2. Tried to get the fastball in the outside corner and missed high and away. It's 1-2. Turner, Wolf, and Poppy, 2, 3, and 4 for the Boll Weevils. 1-2 pitch. Fastball is just inside.
We've said that a few times today, I feel like. That inside corner is not a generous one.
2-2 now on Turner. Kreisman's pitch is fouled off. Now Kreisman thought it was strike 3. He was taking a little walk around the mound, but our home plate umpire Ryan Carl said no. 2-2 on Turner. There's a ground ball towards second. Cole Moore waits for the second. Big hop and throws to first in time for the out.
I really like how Chase Heath and Kreisman attacked Tanner there. The 2-hole hitter, one of the leading hitter on this Monticello team coming in, and they just went straight at him with fastballs. Just, here it is, we're up 5, I'm going to make you put the ball in play. Great job.
Kirk Wolf, who hit the double down the left field line to drive in a run, takes a good sharp breaking ball in the outside corner for a strike. Wolf's RBI double was his 15th in regional play. He had 11 last weekend. That pitch low and inside for a ball. Wolf just ate up the Arkansas Tech and Missouri Southern pitching staffs in Joplin. Hit the 3-run homer here yesterday in the 9th. Good breaking ball from Jack Kreisman, and Wolf way out in front, swings and misses. He's down 1 ball and 2 strikes.
And Kreisman did the same thing to Wolf. He got him to chase some breaking balls early, but then left a fastball up.
And he leaves one up here, and Wolf laces this one into the gap in left center field. That will roll deep. Man, Bruce again gets the ball. Wolf a big turn at second, but his team is down by 5, so he elects to stop at second. So Kreisman made a great pitch on a breaking ball, and then he left one up.
Yeah, and just kind of overthrew it a little bit. Maybe tried to, you got the swing and miss. You're like, hey, I want to go throw an even better one, and you just get around it, and it just kind of backs up over the middle of the plate. And Wolf was still out in front of it a little bit, but since it was elevated, he could get the barrel through it.
So a 1-out double for Wolf. He's at second base for Chaz Poppy. He'll strikeout victim in the first. Kreisman's pitch to Poppy. Checks his swing on a high fastball. Ball 1. Kreisman's pitch count at 45 now. But he's made some stressful pitches here in the first 3 innings. 1-0 pitch to Poppy. Pops it up right side, and that'll be out of play. Evens the count, 1 ball and 1 strike. Mules bullpen is back to work with a right-hander throwing.
And, Kreisman, 46 pitches now, but the Boll Weevils pitch staff thrown 88 pitches through 3 innings.
1 ball, 1 strike. Kreisman a peek back to Wolf, the runner at second, now to Chaz Poppy, and a good fastball is through there for a called strike. Count 1 ball and 2 strikes. Poppy didn't think so, and he will say something to his home plate umpire. Kreisman now with a 1-ball, 2-strike count on his second hitter. Pitch to Chas Poppy, and he'll bloop this one into center field. That's down for a hit. And Brusigan up throwing back to the infield with Wolf holding at third. So the Boll Weevils aren't going quietly. We knew they wouldn't, and now first and third with one out for Chase Cripps.
Yeah, and I look at it this way. You make them hit their way back into this ball game, and they're a good offensive team. They'll do it, but you've got a really good defensive team, and as a team defense, the Mules have turned 50 double plays, so a great double play opportunity right here to get out of an inning.
Chase Cripps grounded out to second base to end the first. So first and third, Boll Weevils, one out. Cripps hits this one into the air, left center field. Shark to his left, makes the catch. Wolf will tag and will score. So again, zeros not on the scoreboard. The Boll Weevils will get their third single run in 3 innings on the sacrifice fly from Chase Cripps.
The first baseman,
Wolf will score from third. It's now 7-3 Mules. So runner at first base for Poppy, and here's Cade Kinsella, who walked the lead off the second and scored. Kreisman's pitch is just inside. 1 ball and no strikes.
Yeah, Jack definitely not as sharp today as he has been this second half of the season.
1 ball, no strikes. That pitch is outside for ball 2. Right-hander who had been throwing in the Mules bullpen is ready. So this could very well be the last man for Jack Kreisman if he can't get Cade Kinsella. 2 balls, no strikes. That is a strike call. So it's 2-1.
I'm kind of with these pitchers and catchers. I'm not quite sure what's going to be a strike right now and what's not.
2 balls, 1 strike. There's a good breaking ball from Jack. Drops in for a strike. He evens the count at 2-2. A 1-out double by Wolf, the single by Poppy, and the sacrifice fly from Cripps. Poppy at first, 2-2 on Kinsella. And there's a fastball, just low, I guess. Ball 3. Full count, 3-2.
Yeah, when the entire middle of the infield starts running towards the dugout, I think that ball's close.
Payoff pitch coming to Kinsella, and he rolls this one to second. Deep hole for Moore, but nobody covering at first. And so that'll be a base hit for Cade Kinsella, who was just trying to go with that pitch away. Now 2 on with 2 out for Ark-Monticello here in the third.
14, Aiden Garrett.
Yeah, and with 2 guys on, 2 outs, this is a big at bat right here. Garrett singled his last time up back through the middle, so we'll see if Kreisman gets the opportunity to face Garrett for a second time, or if Coach Crooks decides to go to a different matchup in the bullpen.
Well, Chase Heath walking out to the mound, so this might tell us that they want to make sure our pitcher in the bullpen who was sitting down is back up and throwing.
It's like it's Grayson Sin, the righty, who has been loose a couple times today. Monticello has an arm loosening in their bullpen as well.
It is Bryce Taylor who is throwing for the Mules in their bullpen, and Kyle Crooks started to go out to the mound and then stopped for a moment. And now he is making his way out, and this will be it for Jack Kreisman. You know, Jack has had such good stuff at times this year, and he's a competitor. But today, he's just not able to command the pitches like he wants. And now Kyle, after long conversation, points to the Mules bullpen. So, Ark-Monticello trying to cut further into this Mule lead. 7-3, the Mules on top. 2 outs, but 2 on for Monticello here in the bottom of the third. And a new pitcher for the Mules here in the bottom of inning number 3. We'll tell you about the new pitcher after this from Fitter's Restaurant and Pub on Pine Street in Warrensburg.
Fitter's Restaurant and Pub on Pine Street in downtown Warrensburg has been setting the standard for good times and great food since 1996. Voted the best bar in town, Fitter's features 2 floors, 3 full bars, outdoor seating, pool tables, and NTN trivia. Watch your favorite sporting event on one of the many HD flat screen TVs. Fitter's Restaurant and Pub serves a full menu, including the best pizza and wings in the world. For lunch, dinner, and late night, it's Fitter's Restaurant and Pub on Pine Street in downtown Warrensburg.
Bryce Taylor, the 6'5 junior from Cairo, Missouri, will come out of the bullpen with 2 on, 2 outs here in the bottom of the third. The Mules lead 7-3, but Ark-Monticello trying to inch closer. Bryce Taylor's 15th appearance, his 11th in relief. 42 innings, 49 hits, 15 walks, 33 strikeouts. Bryce has allowed 9 home runs, opponents hitting 290 against Taylor, whose ERA is 5.79. Bryce, a record of 3 wins and no losses. So Grayson Sin had been warming up. Grayson has been the guy that Mules will bring in for an out or two to get out of an inning, but Taylor got up and started throwing, and Mules elect to go with him.
And I think it's because Sin is a much better matchup for right-handed hitters. And so with Garrett, the 7-hole up right now, a lefty, then Parker Durant's is a righty, but then you've got the 9, 1, 2 are all lefties. So I think you go Bryce Taylor here. They like his stuff against the left-handed hitters more so than Sin. But I would say this, after you get to definitely maybe not this inning, but when you come back around and get Kirk Wolf in the 3-hole, the righty, I would not be surprised to see Sin in the game at that point.
So Bryce Taylor's job right now is to get out of this bottom of the third and keep the Mules on top by 4. Boll Weevils have scored single runs in each of the first 3 innings, trying to put a crooked number on there. That's what Bryce Taylor and the Mules trying to avoid against Aiden Garrett, left-handed batter. First pitch to Garrett is down low for ball 1. Mules 4 in the first, 1 in the second, 2 in the third. Boll Weevils single runs in each of the first 3. In a game that's taken an hour and 20 minutes. Pitch on the way to Garrett. Good breaking ball on the inside corner. Count 1 ball and 1 strike.
Yeah, and Bryce, he kind of throws, it's a slider, but it's almost more cutter action, where it's kind of a late sharp break, can really get in on the hands of the left-handed hitters.
Taylor a peek back to the runner at second. Now that pitch way inside. Garrett has to jackknife out of the way. We mentioned yesterday the Boll Weevils stand right up on that plate. They were hit by pitches 3 times yesterday, 101 times as a team on the season. Aiden Garrett, left-handed batter with a single back in the second. Bryce Taylor's pitch, and there's a shot into right field, and that's down. And that's going to roll to the wall. Carter Young with it quickly back into the infield. And the Boll Weevils will score their 4th run of the ball game on the double by Garrett. Now runners at second and third.
Yeah, tried to go in there with that cutter, but did not get it in enough. And Aiden Garrett with his second hit of the ball game.
Number 26.
So now it is 7-4. And that'll bring up Parker Durant, who got a RBI in the second with a ground out. So the Boll Weevils now within 3. Bryce Taylor pitching to Parker Durant, and that ball way inside, ball 1. So Durant represents the tying run here in the bottom of the third.
And Jake Wilson, who pitched in yesterday's ballgame, getting ready in a hurry in that Mules bullpen.
1 ball and no strikes to Durant. Bryce Taylor's pitch hit sharply, but right at the shortstop, Max Holy, to end the inning. But the Boll Weevils keep the pressure on the Mules as they answer with 2 runs of their own in the third. They get 4 hits in the inning and leave 2 men on base. So 3 very long innings here in this Super Regional. Game number 2. The Mules have a 7-4 lead as they come to bat in the top of the 4th on the UCM Sports Radio Network.
If I lose, I'll respond with respect. If I win, I'll back it up with humility.
If I fail, I'll rise up with honor.
It's tough for us to put it all on the line.
Don't undo my hard work with poor sportsmanship.
Respect. It's the name of the game.
Well, interesting as the Mules come to bat here in the top of the fourth inning. John Harvey for Ark-Monticello is going to his closer here in the fourth. Nelson Mercado out of Brampton, Ontario, Canada. Mercado, 26th appearance, all out of the bullpen, has 10 saves and a 4-3 record. 44 innings, 29 hits, 18 walks, 55 strikeouts. He has allowed 7 home runs. Opponents hitting just 182 against Mercado. ERA of 3.48. John Harvey, I think right now, Alex, is thinking, we're back within 3 through 3 innings. Bring my ace out of the bullpen and see what we can do.
Yeah, he didn't throw yesterday because the game got spread out pretty early on. So he's fresh, and you're just going to ride him until, because really, you got to find a zero. You got to find a zero if you're the Boll Weevils. So Jack Shark, the left fielder, will lead off against Mercado, and fastball high and tight to the Mules left fielder, sails to the backstop for ball one. Shark on the day, 1 for 1. He had a sacrifice fly that drove in a run back in the second inning. He singled and scored in the first. 1-0 pitch from Mercado, another fastball off the tip of Poppy's glove and to the backstop. So the third pitcher of the afternoon for the Boll Weevils. 2 pitches well out of the zone against this Mules offense that has been relentless today. Mules have drawn 4 walks. They've only struck out twice, 7 hits, and 7 runs in this ballgame. 2-0 fastball poured in there for a called strike. Mules on the base pass have been aggressive. They've forced 3 errors on the Boll Weevils defense. Outfield playing Shark to pole. Infield playing Shark to pole as well. 2-1 pitch. Fastball swung on and missed by Jack Shark. Mercado. 6'3", junior. Big man on that mound, 60 feet 6 inches away from Jack Shark. Fastball once again off the top of the glove of Poppy and to the backstop. So it'll be a full count, and the 3 balls that have missed the zone have not been close. It'll be a 3-2 pitch upcoming to the leadoff man here for the Mules in the fourth, with Max Holy waiting on deck. Here is the 3-2 offering. A fastball will be lifted high to the right fielder. Hawthorne over towards the foul line, and he will collect that fly ball for the first out of the inning. So with that out, that is the first time in this ballgame that the Mules leadoff man has not reached base.
Looking at the numbers on Mercado, he's their closer, but he has had 3 appearances of 4 innings or more this year, including 1 of 5. So they have used him in long relief as well.
Max Holy laid down a sacrifice bunt in the first and ground to a double play his last time up. His first pitch from Mercado was a breaking ball that misses low and away. Max, this super regional, yesterday was 0 for 3, but he did drive in a run, so he's looking for his first hit. 1-0 pitch, good swing by Max, fouled it straight back into the net. He was on time with that fastball, just missed it from Mercado. Vance Tobel waits on deck. He's hit 2 home runs in this weekend Super Regional. His last time up was a solo home run. 1-1 pitch to Holy. Breaking ball misses low and away. Count now 2-1 with 1 out here in the fourth. Once again, the Mules are the visiting team in this ball game today. They are up 7-4. 2-1 pitch, fastball, swung on and be fouled out of play off to our right.
So it's pretty obvious he can throw hard. And the Mules just trying to get their timing down against Mercado, and it's probably not a comfortable feeling to be in there when he's throwing that hard, and a couple of pitches have been up over your head.
The effectively wild Nelson Mercado. 2-2 pitch to Holy. Fastball misses high. So it's two at-bats here in the fourth inning for Nelson Mercado and 2 full counts. This one to Holy. He tries to be a one-out base runner, and he will, as that 3-2 pitch is high and pops out of the glove of Poppy into the backstop, but Holy will stay at first base with the one-out walk.
Now, it's interesting to watch Max Holy and the Mules on the running game. Sometimes closers aren't real good at holding base runners, and we'll see about Mercado. He appears to take a little time to get to the plate.
Yeah, and Mules have taken advantage of several stolen bases today already as Vance Tobel steps in. He homered his last time up. First pitch to Tobel is fastball high and up out of the zone, and that's going to bring a visit from the pitching coach for Arkansas-Monticello as they see their top bullpen arm kind of struggling to find the zone here in the fourth.
By the way, I want to congratulate a couple of UCM track and field standouts who earned All-American honors at the D2 Outdoor Championships in Emporia yesterday. Kayla Goodwin actually won All-American honors in 2 events, the heptathlon and the triple jump, and Evan Jamoa earning All-American honors in the high jump. So, great day yesterday, the final day of the D2 Outdoor Track and Field Championships underway in Emporia, Kansas today. The Mules are trying to punch their ticket to Cary, North Carolina for the D2 Baseball Championships starting a week from today, but despite 7 runs, Arkansas-Monticello are not going quietly as they have scored 4 themselves. And so John Harvey, I think, is kind of rolling the dice, putting his chips all in right now with his closer in the game in the fourth.
Yeah, and especially you got 4, 5, 6 coming up for the Mules, and you've not put up a 0 yet. If you can do that, maybe you can swing the momentum fully into your dugout. Meeting over, and Tobel climbs back in and waits the 1-0 offering from Mercado. Fastball swung on and missed by Tobel. His bottom hand slipped off his bat as he took that big hack. Count even now at 1-1. Max Holy is the runner at first. He reached with a 1-out walk. Max is 30 stolen bases on the year, and there he goes. Big swing by Tobel. He fouled it straight back. Max had a great jump, but Tobel saw a fastball he liked and just missed it. So Max Holy will return to first, and Tobel will dig into that right-handed batter's box and get into his 2-strike approach. He had a 2-strike single back in the first. Mercado delivers the 1-2 pitch. It's a fastball up out of the zone that Tobel chases. So that's a big second out of the inning here by Nelson Mercado. Just expanded that zone on Tobel, and he could not lay off. So now the Mules' second baseman, Cole Moore, who's 1 for 1 on the day. He drove in a run with a bunt base hit in the first, and he walked and scored a run in the third. Max Holy still at first with 2 outs, and he's going first pitch. It's a fastball in there for a called strike. This throw, and his ball is thrown into center field. The second baseman, Cripps, collects it, but is unable to keep Max Holy at second base. He's going to go to third base. It'll be a stolen base by Holy, his 31st of the year. And then he'll go to third on the throwing error.
It's 4 errors now in the game for Monticello.
And the Mules now have a big run 90 feet away with 2 outs here in the inning. So can Cole Moore come up with a big 2-out hit? Or we've seen Mercado throw some pitches to the backstop. Can the Mules be aggressive on a ball in dirt here? 0-1 pitch to Moore. It's a fastball at the top of the zone for a called strike 2, so it's 0-2 to the Mules' 5-hole hitter. Mercado does have 4 wild pitches on the year. See what the 0-2 pitch brings. Fastball going to be hit down the line in left field, twisting. Over is the left fielder, Wolf, and he's able to make a foul ball catch. And so Nelson Mercado comes in and does what head coach John Harvey was hoping, puts up the first 0 of the day against the Mules offense. It was interesting there for a second as the Mules got a guy to third base, but unable to cash that man in. So Bryce Taylor will head back out for his first full inning of relief. And the Mules lead the Boll Weevils 7-4 here on the UCM Sports Radio Network.
In NCAA Division II, community engagement is an initiative at all 25 national championships because student athletes want to give back while competing for a national title. Over the course of the year, Division II student athletes have an opportunity to leave a lasting impression in local communities throughout the country. Whether Division II student athletes are volunteering at hospitals, schools, after-school care programs, foster homes, or retirement villages, they make a difference in the lives of others. In Division II, we rise to the opportunity and make community engagement ours.
Central Bank, rooted in legendary customer service, they have the tools to make banking easy. Get started with a better banking experience by visiting centralbank.net. Central Bank, strong roots, endless possibilities, member FDIC. Number 9 hitter will lead things off for the Boll Weevils here in the bottom of the 4th, and then back to the top of the order against Bryce Taylor. Mules looking to put their first 0 on the board against the Boll Weevils here in the bottom of the 4th.
Bryce Taylor faced 2 hitters in his relief appearance back in the 3rd inning as Deshaun Cordova tries to lay down a bunt base hit but fouls that pitch back to the backstop. Taylor threw 6 pitches to get that last out of the 3rd inning, and his 8th pitch of the afternoon is in there for a called strike as Taylor gets ahead of Deshaun Cordova. 0-2. Mules defense playing him to pull on the ground. 0-2 fastball misses well outside to the left-handed hitting Cordova. Cordova in his first at-bat today flew out to Carter Young in right field. It was a good diving play as Carter Young was coming straight in. 1-2 fastball freezes Cordova for a called strike 3 on that outside corner. So good start to the 4th inning, the bottom of the 4th inning for Bryce Taylor.
Well, in 3 of the 4 innings, Ark-Monticello had the first man out. Then they were able to scratch a run across. So Bryce has got the first guy out. Let's see if he can just keep the momentum going for the Mules.
Right fielder and leadoff man Rock Hawthorne steps in. He takes a first pitch for a called strike. Hawthorne 0 for 2 on the day. He was 1 for 4 yesterday, but that one swing was a big one. A solo blast over the trees in right field. But Bryce Taylor is pounding that zone here in the 4th. He catches the inside corner with a good fastball there, now ahead of Hawthorne 0-2. Fastball misses away. They tried to go to the same pitch that froze Cordova, but it was off the plate. Mules defensively playing Hawthorne to pull on the ground. He's going to shoot this ball into left center field, but right there to make the play. A good running catch to his left is the Mules center fielder Brendan Van Brusingen. That's a tough play. Van Brusingen makes that look really easy with his speed. That ball's tailing away from him.
Yeah, Brendan covers a lot of ground and got to the ball in a hurry. So there's 2 outs. Yeah, we have a 1-2-3 inning for the first time.
It will have to be done versus Camden Tanner, who is big swing and a miss on a first pitch breaking ball from Bryce Taylor. Tanner is 1 for 2 on the day. He singled and scored a run in the first. 0-1 fastball is high and tight to the leading hitter for the Boll Weevils coming into this weekend. He came in hitting over 420 as that ball slips out of Taylor's hands and goes behind the back of Tanner. He'll now be ahead in the count, 2-1. Left-handed hitter, 3 in a row here against Bryce Taylor, as that pitch is fouled off the inside of the right ankle of Camden Tanner, and he drops his bat and kind of goes down to a knee, trying to walk it off now around home plate. That does not feel good at all.
Well, you have one behind your head, then you foul one off your foot, and Camden Turner is trying to just walk it off, and now the home plate umpire is also trying to give him some time. That had to hurt. I'd be surprised why Bryce Taylor wouldn't come right back in that low spot.
2-2 pitch. He does come back in with a little cutter, and Tanner rips it foul past his first base coach. We'll do the 2-2 pitch again. Camden Tanner, the redshirt freshman, leading offensive player for this Monticello team, and he highest average, 422, leads the team in slugging percentage, single season record, 86 hits. He taps this ball to Josh Patrick on a big hop. He'll underhand to Bryce Taylor covering, and it's a 1-2-3 inning for the Mules and Bryce Taylor, the first 1-2-3 inning for either pitching staff today. So Mercado comes in and puts up a 0 in the top of the inning against the Mules, and Bryce Taylor matches that 0. We'll go to the 5th. Mules leading the Boll Weevils 7-4 on the UCM Sports Radio Network.
Wayne State Medical School has been my dream medical school since I was 5. Athletics are important, but so is service, so is research, so is becoming a better person. And we expect you to do well athletically, but don't forget the reason you're here, which is to give back to your community and to get good grades.
Great crowd on hand again today at Crane Stadium, Tompkins Field. Had probably our largest crowd of the year yesterday on a Friday afternoon at 3 o'clock, and here on Saturday of Memorial Weekend. A lot of folks enjoying the beautiful sunshine and very pleasant temperatures. The humidity not nearly as bad as it was at the start of the game yesterday. It did cool down and get some of that humidity out of the air, but 81 degrees right now here at Warrensburg, and both teams offensively finally get a 0 on the board. See what the Mules can do in the 5th. It'll be 6, 7, and 8. Van Brusingen, Heath, and Patrick for the Mules.
So the Mules center fielder, Brennan Van Brusingen, will get his first look at Nelson Mercado. Van Brusingen is 1 for 2 on the day. He struck out in the first and singled back in the third. The right-hand hitting Van Brusingen awaits the first pitch, and he attacks that first pitch fastball, but out in front and hooks it foul into the Mules bullpen down the left field line. Van Brusingen, 387 coming in today, 21 home runs, 69 runs driven in. Breaking ball misses away, evens the count at 1-1. And we talked about it last year, a down year, but was dealing with a lot of lower leg injuries. Healthy this year, and the offensive numbers have bounced back, but one thing that was constant is his defense. Big swing at a 1-1 fastball, but Van Brusingen comes up empty. Nelson Mercado fell behind the first 2 Mules hitters that he saw in the 4th inning, and they went to 3-2 counts, but here against Van Brusingen, he's ahead 1-2. 1-2 pitch from Mercado. Fastball going to be hit high on the infield, right on top of the pitcher's mound. It looks like Mercado gets out of the way, and the first baseman, Kinsella, takes charge and records the first out of the inning about 10 feet right behind the pitcher's mound. I think Mercado thought he was going to have a chance there.
He looked up straight in the sky, and that's tough when you're standing on top of the mound. That's why they kind of like to have you pitchers get away, right?
That's right. That's right. Unless you're a two-way guy, then you can catch it, right? Now the Mules catcher, Chase Heath, will step in. Heath doubled back in the first and drove in a couple runs. He's driven in 3 runs today. Takes a first pitch fastball high and away for ball 1. In the 3rd inning, he grounded out to the shortstop, Garrett, but that ground out produced an RBI. Mules leading 7-4 here in the 5th, and Chase Heath drives the ball deep to left field and has added to that Mules lead. A solo blast with one out on a 1-0 breaking ball. Mules extend that lead back to 4, now up 8-4.
16th home run for Chase Heath, and his 4 RBIs today give him 62 on the season. Chase just having a great season.
First baseman,
just continues to hit the ball.
And that he got on top of that breaking ball. That one was top spun out of here. So the Mules scoreless in the 4th. They get a run back here in the 5th. Josh Patrick will step in. He takes a fastball low and inside that once again gets all the way to the backstop for ball 1.
It's 126 home runs as a team for the Mules.
So the Mules scored 4 runs in the 1st, 1 run in the 2nd, 2 in the 3rd, and then a solo blast here by Heath in the 5th. 1-0 pitch to Patrick. Big swing, and he fouls this ball off over in front of the Mules dugout. Will it stay in or get out of play? Just out of our view, and it looks like the Monticello third baseman Durant did have room to catch that pop out from Josh Patrick. 2 outs now in the inning.
I think the Mules are starting to get a little bit of timing on Mercado. Hard thrower. Everything's up. His pitches are up, and that's tough to catch up sometimes, but see about Jacob Steele.
The Mules third baseman, Steele, who's 1 for 1 on the day. He walked and scored a run in the 2nd. Big swing at a breaking ball low and away by Steele, but he comes up empty. His last at-bat, Steele had a 2-strike base hit into right field. Solo blast here in the inning for the Mules by Chase Heath, but a couple pop-outs around that. Base is empty with 2 outs as Steele takes a breaking ball, this one low and away to even the count at 1-1. Nelson Mercado, the big right-handed reliever, lifts his leg and throws a breaking ball that catches the outside corner for a called strike 2. Jacob Steele, not thrilled about that call, takes a short walk out of the batter's box, but then climbs back in and awaits the 1-2 offering. Here is the 1-2. Fastball driven into the right center gap. Right fielder Hawthorne, though, able to track that ball down just a few steps in front of the warning track in front of the scoreboard here at Crane Stadium for the 3rd out of the inning. But the Mules and Chase Heath add to their lead. Their solo blast by the Mules catcher. And the Mules lead the Boll Weevils 8-4 as we go to the bottom of the 5th inning. You're listening to Mules Baseball on the UCM Sports Radio Network.
On my team, I thrive to work as hard as I can. I mean, whatever you do on the field, there's a positive correlation to whatever else you do, be it personal relationships, homework, the way you carry yourself. I've changed since I got to King University. It's really helped me to develop as a leader. I think it's honestly the best thing that's ever happened.
Fox Heating and Cooling, your Comfort Maker dealer. Call 660-747-2992 or stop by 448 East Gate Street in Warrensburg. Comfort Maker, comfort with confidence. Well, every time the Mules have scored in the top of the inning, Arkansas-Monticello has scored in the bottom of that same inning. Fortunately, the Mules scored 4 in the 1st.
Leading off for the Boll Weevils.
Boll Weevils haven't been able to really do any more than that, so it's 8-4. Mules on top, but 3, 4, and 5, tough part of the order coming up for the Boll Weevils against the Mules right-hander Bryce Taylor.
Left fielder Kirk Wolf will lead off against Bryce Taylor. First pitch breaking ball in there for a called strike. Wolf on the day is 2 for 2. He's hit 2 doubles, 1 down the left field line and 1 in the left center gap. Fastball needles the outside corner, and Taylor is quickly ahead of Wolf 0-2. Wolf drove in a run in that first inning double. Swings and drives this ball down the right field line, slicing away into foul territory, and it'll be out of the reach of Carter Young for a foul ball. Going to say his double back in the first drove in the Boll Weevils' only run in that inning. And then in the third, he doubled and was one of the 2 Bo Weevils to score in the third inning. So he has been all around the offense for the Bo Weevils this afternoon. Last night in the 9th, he hit a 3-run home run. So that home run definitely helped Wolf come into today's game confident in that right-handed batter's box. Taylor comes set and delivers the 0-2. Breaking ball, misses away, but his catcher, Chase Heath, shaking his head. Absolutely, yes. Great pitch. That's where we wanted it. Wolf did not chase, but Taylor still ahead in the count, 1-2. 1-2 pitch hit on 3 hops to the Mules' second baseman, Cole Moore, who fields it and fires a strike to Josh Patrick for the first out of the inning.
Great job by Bryce Taylor. That's a key first out of the inning. That's a really good hitter, Kirk Wolf.
And now the catcher, Chaz Poppy, will step in. Poppy 1 for 2. He singled and scored back in the third. He struck out in the first. Poppy, the catcher for the Bo Weevils, checks his swing on a pitch down and in. He did not go around. So ball 1. Mules playing Poppy to pull on the ground and in the air. As Brennan Van Brusken's just a couple steps to his right of second base. As that fastball misses high and tight to Poppy. Now ahead in the count, 2-0. 2-0 pitch in on the hands of Poppy, and it's going to be a soft line drive that drops in front of the left fielder, Jack Shark. Shark was playing a couple steps deeper than normal and just did not have enough time to get to that loop, that kind of soft line drive. So it'll be a 1-out base runner for Monticello.
I think Jack was thinking about maybe diving for it, but then thought better of it. Might as well just don't let the ball get by you. He used his body to block the ball to keep it to just a single.
Now the second baseman, Chase Cripps, will step in. Cripps' first pitch taking all the way and takes a fastball for a called strike. Cripps he drove in an RBI on a sacrifice fly in the third and is grounded out to second base. The Mules would love a ground ball here and maybe turn over their 51st double play of the season. The 0-1 pitch misses away. Count even at 1-1. Mules leading the Bo Weevils 8-4 as we play here in the 5th. Jack Kreisman got the start. He went 2 2/3, and Bryce Taylor has been in relief since. Good fastball on the inside corner ties up Cripps, and he just fouls it back and out of play to our right. Taylor now ahead in the count, 1-2 with 1 out here in the 5th. Chaz Poppy runs at first. This Bo Weevils offense, not a lot of stolen bases. Poppy has not even attempted one on the year. 1-2 pitch, once again popped up and over the Bo Weevils dugout as Josh Patrick gave it a look, but well out of play, out of his reach.
I can't see below our overhang here, Alex, but there's not a lot of empty seats here at the ballpark.
Great day for baseball, and a lot of Mules fans hoping to see their team punch their ticket to Cary, North Carolina. 1-2 pitch, another foul ball off to our right.
We have some folks from Arkansas-Monticello here as well. They've traveled very well. Arkansas-Monticello, not that far from the state of Louisiana.
Bryce Taylor trying to win the battle here against Chase Cripps. We'll have a third 1-2 pitch. This ball's going to be hit into the left center gap, and it's going to be cut off by Jack Shark, and throw will come into second base, but it's going to be a 1-out double as Chaz Poppy goes first to third, and the Bo Weevils just simply will not go away. They've got runners second and third with 1 out.
That was a pretty good pitch from Bryce Taylor. He got in on the hands on Cripps, but Cripps was able to get the bat through and plug that gap.
So with 1 out here in the inning, and Cade Kinsella, the first baseman, coming up. Mules bullpen looks like they'll go back to work down that left field line. So runners second and third. Mules with 1 out here in the inning. Bryce Taylor trying to find a 0. Fastball misses inside. to Cade Kinsella. Kinsella has walked and scored a run and had a base hit in the third. That base hit was to right field. There's a big hole in that right side of the Mules infield. Fastball jams him. It's going to be into shallow left field. Out goes Holy. He's going to make the catch for the second out of the inning. And not deep enough for Chaz Poppy to think about tagging up. So Bryce Taylor executes a pitch on the inner half and jams Kinsella and gets a second out.
Well, very similar to the pitch on Cripps, but Cripps got more of the bat on the ball. Kinsella, that had been a wooden bat, probably would have broken.
Been some good firewood for later.
Yeah.
And now Bryce Taylor with runners at second and third.
And this guy coming up, Garrett, got a big RBI double, so he was the first man that Bryce Taylor faced.
And Aiden Garrett is 2 for 2. He singled up the middle and doubled down the right field line. Good matchup here in the fifth. First pitch from Taylor is a fastball at the knees for a called strike. Taylor able to get ahead of Garrett, who his previous two at-bats, Garrett had been ahead in the count, able to sit on a pitch. Now Bryce Taylor's in command early here, 0-1. Fastball misses well outside. Mules catcher Chase Heath snags that and keeps the Boll Weevils base runners at second and third. So Jack Shark in left is playing a couple steps shallow against the left-handed hitting Garrett. Van Brusigen in center is shallow as well. Mules playing Garrett to pull on the ground in the infield. 1-1 pitch, tried to backdoor a cut fastball, but it did not get to that outside corner, says our home plate umpire Ryan Carl. So Aiden Garrett is now back ahead in the count, 2-1, place where he's been in his previous two at-bats. 2 balls, 1 strike. Another cutter, this one's bounced in there, good stop by Chase Heath. 3-1 the count, as Parker Durant's the right-hand hitting third baseman waits on deck. With the first base open, you go after Parker Durant, or do you attack Aiden Garrett here, 3-1? Taylor delivers a fastball right in there, and Garrett pops it foul, and it will be out of play on top of the Mules dugout in that third base dugout. So they did challenge Garrett, and now it'll be a 3-2 pitch with 2 outs here in the bottom of the 5th inning. Mules leading the Boll Weevils 8-4, but the Boll Weevils are threatening with runners at second and third here in the 5th. Bryce Taylor peering in for the sign from Chase Heath. He gets the sign and comes set and gets the strikeout on a cut fastball up and in to Aiden Garrett, and Bryce Taylor with a little bit of emotion and a fist pump there after the Boll Weevils had runners at second and third and 1 out. And he gets out of the jam with another 0, the second straight 0 for the Mules pitchers here in the bottom of the 5th, and the Mules will keep their lead at 8-4 as we go to the top of the 6th inning. You're listening to Mules Baseball on the UCM Sports Radio Network.
That's a timeout on betting. It completely changed the game, and you didn't even notice. Let me break it down for you. Betting ads are applying full court pressure and getting you to play the game. Many of you are falling for it and losing big money. Addiction is happening in some more than others. Now players are getting harassed by bettors. And we all know that's not how the game is won. So it's on us to be good teammates and draw the line to stay ahead of betting consequences.
Mules coming to bat here in the top of the 6th inning against the third reliever, or the third pitcher of the day for Arkansas-Monticello, Nelson Mercado. Mercado has thrown 2 innings in relief here. He is their quote-unquote closer for head coach John Harvey. He put up a 0 in his first inning relief in the 4th, but the Mules and catcher Chase Heath put up a solo run in the 5th with a solo blast. And now the Mules top of the lineup will get their look at Nelson Mercado. Mercado
leading off
preparing to face Carter Young. Carter on the day has reached base twice. He scored a run. He struck out his last time up. So Mules leading 8-4 here in the top of the 6th inning. They've got 8 runs on 8 hits, no errors. 4 runs, 9 hits, 4 errors for Monticello. As that first pitch fastball is once again to the backstop, almost hit Carter Young. He had to jump out of the way of that inside fastball. But Mercado effectively wild, making those Mules hitters a little uncomfortable. A lot of pitches up and out of the zone. As that 1-0 fastball is once again up and out of the zone. Poppy is able to keep that one from traveling all the way to the backstop, but Carter Young is ahead in the count 2-0. Jack Shark waits in the on-deck circle as Carter awaits the 2-0. That fastball ties up Carter Young, and that'll be a ground out to the first baseman, Kinsella, for the first out of the inning. Carter saw a fastball in the inside corner, but the velocity of Mercado, Carter unable to get the barrel to the baseball there. So he'll be retired for the first out of the inning, and the Mules left fielder Jack Shark will step in. Shark is singled and scored a run in the first. He drove in a run with a sacrifice fly in the second and has flied out to right field. Jack Shark, the right-handed hitter, takes a fastball high and away for ball 1. Nelson Mercado, right-handed pitcher, toes the rubber on the third base side of the mound. Pours a fastball in there for a called strike to even the count at 1-1. Seen a lot of these Bo Weevils right-handed pitchers toe the rubber on that third base side, trying to create some tough angles for hitters. As a righty, the ball's almost being released from behind your head. 1-1 pitch, fastball high and tight to Shark for ball 2. So Shark ahead in the count here with 1 out in the 6th. 2-1 pitch, going to be lifted into right center field. They were playing Shark the other way. It's a long run for the right fielder Hawthorne, but he's able, with his great speed, to track down that fly ball from Shark for the second out of the inning.
Jack has tried the last 2 times up to the plate, hit the ball to right center field, but Hawthorne covers a lot of ground like Carter Young does. So.
Yeah, Cordova, the center fielder, was way over in the left center gap, so it was going to be Hawthorne's play or a hit for Shark. But now Max Holy will step in. He's looking for his first hit of this Super Regional. First pitch, fastball high and away for ball 1. Max has laid down a sacrifice bunt today and walked. He hit into a double play. That 1-0 breaking ball bounced in there for ball 2. The Bo Weevils defense, they turned a double play yesterday. They've turned a double play today. Both were hit into by Max Holy. 2-0 pitch with 2 outs, nobody on. Kind of a check swing, and it's a ball low. So Max Holy ahead in the count 3-0 here. Can sit on a pitch and look to do some damage. He has hit 13 doubles, 4 triples, 14 home runs, the Mule shortstop. 3-0 pitch, fastball in there for a called strike. Max looking to get those arms extended and maybe drive a ball into right center. Mercado challenged him on the inner half. We'll see what the 3-1 pitch is. Little fastball that catches the outside corner away. So from 3-0 to 3-2. Here with 2 outs in the 6th. Nelson Mercado comes set, lifts the leg, delivers a fastball that's fouled off and to our right and out of play across the street. We'll do it again.
Well, Mules are trying to get some pitches out of Mercado. He has 43 so far.
Here is the 3-2 offering again to Holy. And it'll be fouled off to the right again. We've seen the Mules do this a lot throughout the year. Foul off tough pitches and find a mistake in the middle of the plate and do damage with it. Mercado has a strikeout today. Trying to put up a 0 here in the 6th. And he will, as he strikes out Holy on a high fastball that Max foul tips into the glove of the catcher, Poppy. So it's 3 up, 3 down for the Mules in the 6th. And looks like both pitching staffs might be settling in a little bit. I don't know. There's been combined 17 hits in the afternoon. Mules will bring on, the Mules will go to the bottom of the 6th inning, and with a 4-run lead, they lead the Boll Weevils 8-4 on the UCM Sports Radio Network.
On campuses nationwide, the NCAA is making transformative changes for student athletes. While they pursue their biggest dreams, we're launching new initiatives to help them. Life-changing education opportunities are just the start. The NCAA is providing enhanced mental health services. We're guaranteeing scholarships and tuition and expanding access to healthcare. Visit ncaa.org/change to learn more.
Well, the Mules go to their bullpen again with several left-handers coming up for the Boll Weevils. The Mules will go to their left-hander, Jonah Walker. 6'2" sophomore from Lincoln, Nebraska. Jonah, on the season for the Mules, has been better than what these numbers are going to indicate. 6.22 ERA with 32 innings, 35 hits, 15 walks, 24 strikeouts. Opponents 285 against Jonah, but Jonah, his last 2 outings, 4 innings, just 1 hit and 1 run. So Jonah Walker comes on to become the Mules' 3rd pitcher of the day.
It'll be 8-9-1 for the lefty out of the bullpen. As he starts Parker Durant's off with a fastball high and tight for ball 1. So you've got the right-hander Durant's here, and then you'll have 3 straight lefties for the Boll Weevils in the bottom of the 6th inning. They're trailing the Mules 8-4. 1-0 pitch swung on and hit high into shallow right field. Carter Young able to measure that one and retire Durant's for the first out of the inning.
Well, obviously, Alex, Jonah Walker is going to give Ark-Monticello a completely different look than what they have seen so far in the Super Regional.
Yeah, and we've seen Jonah Walker be very, very good with his breaking stuff against lefties this year. And he'll have Deshaun Cordova, the center fielder. Cordova will take a breaking ball in the outside corner for a called strike from Walker. Cordova today 0 for 2, struck out and is flied out. Another breaking ball. That one backs up and misses the inside corner to even the count at 1-1. Mules in the outfield playing Cordova to hit the ball the other way, playing him to pull on the ground. The left-handed hitter takes a 3rd straight breaking ball, low for ball 2.
Bryce Taylor, by the way, today for the Mules, 2 1/3, 3 hits, no runs, no walks, 2 strikeouts.
A good bridge man to get to this back end of the Mules bullpen. Kind of a check swing, foul ball down the left field line by Cordova. Trying to hold up on that breaking ball that was off the plate away, but unable to do so. Does Jonah a favor. Count even now at 2-2 with 1 out here in the 6th. Mules leading the Boll Weevils 8-4. Breaking ball once again backs up and almost hits Cordova. It will run the count to 3-2. Rock Hawthorne, the right fielder, left-handed hitter, waits on deck. 3-2 pitch. Fastball's going to jam him and go over into shallow left field, and a great backpedaling catch by the Mules' 3rd baseman, Jacob Steele.
Boy, I really didn't think Steele was going to get it. Neither did Max Holy, who kind of made a headlong dive behind Steele. Thank goodness Steele and Holy didn't collide.
So they were playing him to pull, so Steele was kind of in that 5 hole, and he just backpedaled, and Holy, like you said, he ran from almost behind second base. Either way, it's a 2nd out of the inning for Jonah Walker and this Mules pitching staff. Breaking ball to Rock Hawthorne, misses inside. Hawthorne thought that ball was going to hit him, but it's just a ball 1. Hawthorne 0 for 3 on the day. Getting his first look at a left-handed pitcher. Big swing from Hawthorne, but a good slider on the outside corner from Jonah Walker evens the count at 1-1. 1-1 pitch from Walker, another slider. This one's going to be hit down the left field, and Jack Shark is going to be able to retreat a couple steps in front of the warning track in left field to retire Brock Hawthorne. So for the second time today, Mules pitching retires the Boll Weevils in order in the bottom of the 6th, and for the third straight inning, the Boll Weevils are unable to plate any runs. The Mules will come to bat in the top of the 7th inning, leading the Boll Weevils 8-4 on the UCM Sports Radio Network.
The legacy began in 1973. That was the year NCAA Division II was born. And since the very first day, our division has shaped generations of student athletes with a true sense of academics, athletics, and community. That is 5 decades of graduations, championships, teamwork, and personal development. 50 years of shaping student athletes into world-class leaders. NCAA Division II. Our division, our legacy.
Hey fans, head out to Mules National Golf Club and enjoy the great food and drinks. Great atmosphere at Traditions. Catch your favorite college and pro sports teams on one of the many flat screen TVs. You can't beat a cold beverage and a great meal and great atmosphere at Traditions out at Mules National Golf Club. Mules on top, 8-4, trying to secure their 20th regional championship and trip to the NCAA Division II baseball championships. The Mules are 9 outs away from doing that and trying to see if they can tack on some runs. 8-4 lead as the Mules, who are the visiting team on the scoreboard, bat here in the 7th inning.
Leading off for the Mules, the designated hitter.
It'll be the middle part of the order. Vance Tobel, Cole Moore, and Brennan Van Brusingen facing the Boll Weevils right-hander Mercado. Vance Tobel 2 out of 3. Struck out against Mercado back in the 4th inning. First pitch is high for a ball. Vance hit a solo homer in the 3rd. Singled in a run back in the 1st. He also scored in that 4-run first inning. Good breaking ball over for a strike. Mercado, the closer for Ark-Monticello, beginning his 4th inning in relief. He's given up 1 hit. Home run to Chase Heath. He has walked 2 and struck out 2. Swing and a miss by Vance Tobel. Upset that he offered that pitch out of the strike zone. So Vance down to the count, 1 ball and 2 strikes. Nelson Mercado pitches to Tobel and elevates the fastball too high. Evens the count, 2-2. 8 runs, 8 hits for the Mules, no errors. Ark-Monticello, 4 runs, 9 hits, 4 errors. They made 2 costly errors in the 1st inning. 2-2 pitch. Oh, Vance had a great swing at a high fastball and fouls it back. Vance is showing his emotions there. He knew he had a great pitch to do something with, but just couldn't connect. So 2-2 on Tobel, leading off here in the Mules' 7th inning. Nelson Mercado pitches. Another elevated pitch up, and he fouls it back. So still 2-2. Van Brusingen to follow, and then Chase Heath. Nelson Mercado, always pitching from the stretch. 2-2 breaking ball, he struck him out. So Mercado went with an off-speed pitch and kept it down from Vance Tobel to strike him out for a second time. That is 3 strikeouts for Mercado. Here's Cole Moore. Cole's been on base twice. He has scored 2 and driven 1 in. He flied out to left field against Mercado in the 4th. The right-hander's first pitch is in there for a called strike. We mentioned that Mercado has had 3 relief appearances of 4 innings or more this year, including 1 of 5 innings. So while he is the closer, he's also had some extended innings. got in on the hands of Cole Moore, and he pops it up on the infield. Cripps, the second baseman, waiting for it to come down and makes the catch. So since the home run by Chase Heath, Mercado has retired the last 8 he has faced.
Number 48, Brennan.
And here is Brennan Van Brusingen. Brennan popped out to first against Mercado in the 5th. Singled and stole a base in the 3rd. He has also struck out. So 2 outs, nobody on for the Mules here at the top of the 7th. Mercado's first pitch fastball is high. 1 ball and no strikes.
You can tell when a reliever comes in, they work a little bit more deliberately than a starter likes to typically.
1 ball, no strikes on Van Brusingen. Mercado throws a strike. So he's been good. He's allowed just a 1 hit, the home run by Heath. The only other base runner, a walk to Max Holy in the 4th. 1-1 pitch, and that ball is popped up. On the infield, Kinsella, the first baseman, coming down the line in foul territory, makes the catch. And the Mules, second straight inning, they go 1-2-3 against Mercado. So nothing doing for the Mules at the top of the 7th. 7th inning stretch time here at Crane Stadium, Tompkins Field. Mules leading the Boll Weevils of Ark-Monticello 8-4 on the UCM Sports Radio Network.
Being a champion takes more than skill, more than endless drills, more than using your head. Being a champion takes the heart to give it your all, the agility to thrive from any angle, and the relentless drive to be the best. Welcome to Division 2, where the pursuit is yours to create, and the question isn't, can you do it? It's will you.
We're unusual for an internet service provider. We refuse the regular. We know you want better. As your local internet company, we offer flat rate pricing with no hidden fees, contracts, or data caps. Just reliable internet service powered by leading edge fiber technology and a breath of fresh air. Say goodbye to providers that treat you like you're just another dollar and say hello to Socket. Unusually good internet, unusually good service. Call Socket today at 1-800-SOCKET-3 or visit us online at socket.net.
Jonah Walker out to the mound for his second inning in relief, retired the side in order in the 6th. He will have the 2, 3, and 4 hitters, Tanner, Wolf, and Poppy. Camden Turner is the last left-handed batter. So we'll see as Nathan Hall goes to work in the Mules bullpen. Jonah Walker's first pitch is popped up foul left side by Camden Tanner. Tanner today 1 out of 3. He scored a run for the Boll Weevils back in the 1st. Jonah Walker, left-hander, delivers to Tanner. Little fly ball into shallow left, but Jack Shark right there will make the catch. And 1 down.
And it's been that breaking ball against those lefties for Monticello that Jonah Walker has gone to and induced some weak contact. So good job for the Mules, left-hander out of the pen, Jonah Walker.
Now let's see how he handles the tough right-handers he has to deal with Kirk Wolf, who's 2 out of 3, 2 doubles. Also sharply grounded out to second base. Walker's first pitch is a fastball just outside for ball 1. Wolf and Poppy, who's on deck, the cleanup hitter, have 4 hits. High fly ball into left field. I think he got it in on him, though. Van Brusingen to his right makes the catch. And deep left center field for out number 2.
Yesterday with the wind, that's got a chance to go out. Today with that wind basically blowing straight in from that spot, he got underneath it, held it up in the air for Van Brusingen to get there.
So that is 5 outs by Jonah Walker, all 5 in the air. And here is Chas Poppy, the catcher. 2 out of 3. Jonah Walker's first pitch to Poppy is a good fastball. Ahead in the count, no balls and 1 strike. Chas Poppy struck out in the 1st, singled and scored in the 3rd, singled in the 5th. Breaking ball is outside. That 5th inning right now is a looming big inning for Arkansas Monticello. They had runners at second and third and one out and didn't score. 1-1 pitch on the way. Good fastball, tied him up, swing and a miss. It's 1-2.
And Jonah Walker, this X factor out of the bullpen for head coach Kyle Crooks, is doing very well right now, commanding multiple pitches.
1-2 pitch coming to Poppy. And he struck him out. Heath will have to throw to first, but he does. So Jonah Walker continuing a strong relief effort that he has had the last 3 outings. And post his second straight 1-2-3 inning here in the bottom of the 7th inning. So nothing doing for the Boll Weevils. Mules come to bat in the top of the 8th, leading Arkansas-Monticello 8-4 on the UCM Sports Radio Network.
In NCAA Division II, student athletes leave a lasting impression on their communities. That's because Division II student athletes want to make a difference and truly be part of their surrounding communities. Through community engagement, thousands of student athletes from various backgrounds interact with community members who view them as role models. This interaction leaves a positive and perhaps even life-changing impression on all those involved. In Division II, we rise to the opportunity and make community engagement ours.
Collision Leaders, the official collision center of UCM Athletics. You can schedule your estimate appointment at collisionleaders.com. Well, for Arkansas-Monticello, Nelson Mercado is going to try to match his season high of 5 innings. He did that in a relief effort against Northwestern State back in early April. He has retired the last 8 Mules in a row. The last man to touch him was the guy who will lead off here in the top of the 8th. Chase Heath, who hit a solo home run to give the Mules their current 4-run lead of 8-4.
Yeah, Mercado, 58 pitches through his 4 innings of relief work, and he's had a lot of success with fastballs at the top of the zone. Really, he's induced a lot of pop-ups out of these Mules pitchers or hitters. So as the ball game goes along, it'll be interesting to see. He's got 8 flyouts and 1 ground out. So it'll be interesting as that pitch count climbs. Does the velocity on the fastball dip just enough so these Mules hitters can get on time with it?
Bottom 3 in the order coming up: Chase Heath, Josh Patrick, and Jacob Steele. Chase Heath's had a big day. He is 2 out of 3 with 4 RBIs. A solo homer his last at bat against Mercado. First pitch, breaking ball in for a called strike. Heath got the big 2-out, 2-run double back in the first to cap that 4-run first inning. Got an RBI ground out and a 2-run third, and then hit the solo home run in the 5th. 0-1 pitch. Chase looks at one outside. Count 1 ball and 1 strike. Mules offense limited to 1 run in the last 4 innings after scoring 7 in the first 3. 1-1 pitch. Chase out in front, swings and misses, and the count 1 ball and 2 strikes. Monticello's actually out hit the Mules by 1, 9-8. Nelson Mercado ahead of Chase Heath, 1 ball and 2 strikes. Right-hander's pitch, and Chase, half-hearted swing, is down on strikes.
Yeah, Mercado, he attacked a lot of the Mules hitters with fastballs at the top of the zone. Right there to Heath, he went back to the breaking ball low and away and got Heath to chase.
Number 15.
That is 3 strikeouts for Nelson Mercado. 1 down for Josh Patrick. Patrick is 0 for 2 officially. Been on base once with a walk and has a stolen base. Nelson Mercado's first pitch. He throws a bunt, but bunts it right back to the mound. Mercado will throw him out at first. I think Josh was trying to drag that ball more along the line and just bunted it right back to the pitcher for the easy 1-3 putout.
I like that idea by Josh Patrick, because you got a guy on the mound who is cruising right now and really comfortable. So make him get off the mound, field his position. Not executed perfectly, but we'll see if Mercado having to get off the mound and field his position changes his command.
Jacob Steele, the number 9 hitter, 1 out of 2. He shows bunt, takes the pitch high for a ball. Jacob reached on a walk back in the 2nd, stole a base, and scored. He is singled and flied to right. facing Mercado for the second time. Fastball through there for a strike. The count even, 1 ball and 1 strike. So Mercado, if anything else, he has kept the Boll Weevils within striking distance of the Mules, down 4. Count, 1 ball, 1 strike. Mercado's pitch to Jacob Steele is breaking ball outside, 2-1. So I think he's done what head coach John Harvey said. You know what? We're in position. We have to win this game. Bring my closer in the 4th inning.
Yeah, you can't save him for the if necessary game if you don't get there. So he's unloading it.
2 balls, 1 strike. Fastball low and away for a ball, 3-1. Well, it comes down to you want to win this game. The Mules want to. They're going to do everything they can to wrap it up now and not force the if necessary, while John Harvey's doing everything he can to force that winner-take-all game. 3-1 pitch, and Steele looks at 1 high, ball 4. So that snaps the string of 10 in a row retired by Mercado.
The right fielder.
We'll see if the Mules can put together some 2-out damage. Jacob Steele, the runner at first, has 20 stolen bases with his swipe of a bag in the second. Here's Carter Young, 0 for 3 with a walk. He's been on base twice, has a run scored. So Carter would like to find a way to keep this inning going. Mercado's pitch to Carter. Good slow breaking ball over the outside corner for a strike. We'll see if the Mules try to get Jacob Steele to swipe a bag, get into scoring position. Mercado's thinking along that line as he throws over to first base.
Yeah, Mules stolen 4 bases today. Steele's already scored 1. Love to get him to second base with Carter Young at the plate in 2 outs.
0-1 on the Mules' right fielder. Nelson Mercado, a peek over his shoulder. There goes Steele. Then he goes back and a line shot, right center field. Cordova, the center fielder, is going to cut it off. They bobble the ball, and now they're going to send Jacob Steele to the plate, and he's going to score. So Cordova, the center fielder, got to the ball, but bobbled the ball, and that allowed Jacob Steele to score the run from first base with a 5th error of the ball game on Monticello.
And Steele was trying to get a jump and go. He shut it down and ended up not stealing the bag. But Carter Young, flat line drive right over the second baseman into that right center gap. Like you mentioned, Cordova cut it off. It didn't get to the wall. And Jackson Cobb was going to stop Steele, but as soon as he saw the bobble, he was sending Steele for, that's a big tack-on run there to push the lead to 5.
Well, we talked about the Mules' aggressiveness on the base pass, not only in stealing bases, but going first to third and putting pressure. And I think Cordova knew that, Alex. I really thought he thought, I'm going to cut this off and keep those runners at second and third, and then maybe he looked up a little bit too early. That ball kind of went up on him and got him on the heel of the glove.
Yeah, I think that's a good point. I think as he was traveling over in the direction of the scoreboard, I think he peeked to see where Steele was, because Steele was just maybe a step or 2 past second base, and that's when the bobble happened, and Jackson Cobb keeps him rolling all the way, scoring from first.
So it's a single for Young, goes to second on the error, no RBI, and it is now 9-4 Mules. Jack Shark at the plate, 1 out of 3 with an RBI and a run scored. Carter Young, big league at second. And now Shark reaching for one, pops it up first base side. Cancella, foul territory, will, I think, make the catch right in front of the first base dugout. He does. But the Mules able to tack on a big run in the 8th inning with 2 outs, a walk, a single, and an error by the center fielder, Cordova. So the Mules get 1 run in the inning. They lead 9-4 as the Boll Weevils come to bat in the bottom of the 8th on the UCM Sports Radio Network.
From court to court and lane to lane, under the lights or under the sun, no one delivers Division II sports like NCAA.com. The center of D2 is inside the NCAA.com hub. with exclusive highlights of every sport and live broadcasts of every Division II championship found nowhere else. Make NCAA.com yours, the home of Division II college sports.
Mules now lead 9-4 as Ark-Monticello bats in the bottom of the 8th inning. Great job by Jonah Walker. 2 perfect innings out of the bullpen. And now with more right-handers coming up here in the 8th, head coach Kyle Crooks is going to go to the right-hander Nathan Hall, the converted catcher. 6'3" redshirt freshman out of Liberty, Missouri. Again, Nathan Hall's overall numbers, when you look at him, you go, wow. Why would you bring him in? Well, while his ERA is right now at 10.95, look at what Nathan Hall has done in the last few outings. Nathan Hall, since I go back, gave up 3 runs against Minnesota State in the sub-regional in an inning and 2/3. But from April 23rd on, he has been pretty much lights out.
Yeah, and really that middle April date is about the time where he really figured out his off-speed pitches. And for this right-hander out of the bullpen, all you need to know is you got to get ready and get your hands going, because it's fastball mid-90s. He's touched 96 a couple times, but now he's got a really good slider to work off of it.
Chase Cripps, the first to face Nathan Hall. First pitch fastball is just down low, ball 1. Cripps doubled back in the 5th. He is driven in 1 with a sacrifice fly and is also grounded out to second. 1 ball, no strikes to Cripps. Nathan Hall's next pitch tied him up, and Cripps fouls it back. Jonah Walker retired all 6 he faced with 1 strikeout. Nathan Hall becomes the 4th pitcher for the Mules here this afternoon. 1 ball, 1 strike. Hall's pitch on the way, fastball down low. Count 2-1. Cripps, Kinsella, and Garrett. 5, 6, and 7 for the Bull Weevils here in the bottom of the 8th. Mules up 5, 9-4. 2-1 pitch. Hit sharply into right field, but right at Carter Young, who plays shallow, and that ball just didn't die down for Cripps. So 1 out in the 8th.
Yeah, Carter Young, he veteran with the power pitcher of Nathan Hall on the mound. He's going to play a couple steps shallower than normal to take that away right there. Big first out of the inning for Nathan Hall, and now he can take a breath. His redshirt freshman, he is amped up right now for sure.
Here's Cade Kinsella. Right-handed batter, first pitch. Kinsella grounds it to second. Cole Moore will throw to first for the out. Quickly 2 down.
Yeah, good short hop pick there by Cole Moore. And once again, there's the power fastball of Nathan Hall just beating Kinsella. Just a late barrel ground ball to the second baseman for the Mules.
So 2 up and 2 down. And for Mules bullpen, that's 10 in a row retired. Aiden Garrett, a strikeout victim in the 5th, has an RBI double and a single. Left-handed batter. Good fastball by Nathan Hall, outside corner for a called strike. It's 0-1. So Nathan Hall trying to make quick work of the Bull Weevils here in the bottom of the 8th. Big breaking ball that Garrett about swung at, but held up at the last moment. Count even 1-1.
Yeah, and there's that slider, and I like showing it to Garrett there just to get him thinking about, okay, he's got that. Now, here comes fastball in the 90s.
1-1 pitch through the breaking ball.
And Garrett saw that and was thinking fastball, so he had to speed up, and Nathan Hall just threw a really good breaking ball towards his back foot.
Yeah, when you have to start your swing early against a guy like Nathan Hall, it makes it tough on the breaking ball. 1-2 on Kinsella. Nathan Hall's pitch to blew it by him. So Nathan Hall faces 3, retires all 3 in the bottom of the 8th. And the Bull Weevils, for the 3rd straight inning, are retired in order. So nothing doing for Ark-Monticello in the bottom of the 8th. We go to the top of the 9th here at Crane Stadium, Tompkins Field. Mules on top 9-4 on the UCM Sports Radio Network.
If I lose, I'll respond with respect.
If I win, I'll back it up with humility.
If I fail, I'll rise up with honor.
It's tough for us to put it all on the line.
Don't undo my hard work with poor sportsmanship.
Respect. It's the name of the game.
And tax preparation for individuals, LLC, partnerships, and corporations. If your business needs assistance in payroll and bookkeeping, then you need Jana Albert Accounting and Tax, located at 454 East Gay Street in Warrensburg. Nelson Mercado is going to go where he has not gone all season. His season high in innings in relief is 5. He is starting his 6th inning since coming on in relief to start the 4th. He'll face Max Holy, Vance Tobel, and Cole Moore. The Mules, the visiting team. So they have a chance here in the 9th to look to tack on a run or two.
The shortstop, number 7.
They lead in this game 9-4, 3 outs away from their 20th regional championship. Max Holy today has been on base once. He walked, stole a base back in the 4th. Officially 0 for 2 with a sacrifice. Nelson Mercado's first pitch is inside for ball 1. Mercado, the right-hander, with the outfield straight away. Kicks and delivers, and a fastball in for a called strike.
He's provided a tough matchup for this Mules offense. It's almost like he's cutting his fastball a little bit. Not a true slider, but not straight.
1-1 pitch, that is fouled off right side. Makes the count 1 ball and 2 strikes. He hasn't lost any real velocity since he came in back in the 4th. That was when John Harvey just said, enough's enough. I need to put the brakes on this Mules offense, and Mercado has done that, allowing just 2 runs. Ground ball up the middle, gloved by Mercado, who bobbles and underhands to first for the out. He grabbed that ball kind of behind himself.
Yeah, he went with the behind the back there on that 2-hopper back up the middle of the field. So good job by Mercado filling his position there to retire Holy.
And then he about bobbled the ball, getting it from his glove to his hand to toss to first.
He did the hard part of catching it and then could barely take it out of the glove.
Here's Vance Tobel, 2 out of 4. Mercado's first pitch is in there for a called strike. Vance has struck out twice against Mercado. Before that, though, he drove in a run with a single in the first and hit a solo home run in the 3rd. 0-1 on Vance Tobel. Mercado elevates the fastball. That time Vance didn't offer at it. Pitch was high, 1 ball and 1 strike. One pitch coming to Vance Tobel. Hits it sharply to short. Aiden Garrett will throw to first for the out. 2 down. So 2 up and 2 down for the Mules in the 9th for the second baseman Cole Moore.
The second baseman,
Garrett has retired.
number 11, Cole Moore.
I should say Mercado has retired the Mules in order twice. Trying to do it for a 3rd time against Cole Moore. Cole's 1 out of 3. Left-handed batter, Mules second baseman. First pitch is a high fastball. 1 ball and no strikes. In the 9th for Arkansas-Monticello, 8-9-1. 1 ball, no strikes. Cole Moore looks at 1 right through there for a strike.
And even though Nathan Hall threw 9 pitches in his clean inning, it looks like J.D. McReynolds is loosening in the Mules bullpen for that 9th.
1-1 pitch to Cole Moore, high fastball. It is 2-1. Both bullpens have done a great job in quieting the offense. It's 9-4 right now, but at the end of 3 innings, it was 7-4 Mules. 2-0 pitch. Moore looks at 1 low and inside. And that will make it 3 balls and 1 strike.
And if you're the Mules, your single run you scored in the 8th started with a 2-out walk.
And Bruce again waiting on deck for the Mules. 3-1 to Cole Moore. Here is the pitch. Tap toward first. Big hop for Kinsella. He'll take it back to the bag for the out. Nelson Mikado did a great job in 6 innings. Season high in relief for that right-hander. Kept his team in striking distance. But the Mules will 3 outs away from winning their 20th regional championship. Boll Weevils come to bat in the bottom of the 9th. Mules on top 9-4 on the UCM Sports Radio Network.
Resetting your password, unsubscribing from emails, printing anything. Why are
Nathan
simple
Hall back
things
out.
sometimes so complicated?
I like it.
Thankfully, with an auto owner's insurance independent agent, getting the right coverage for your business doesn't have to be one of them. So you can get back to more important things, like learning how that printer works. That's simple human sense.
Give Crystal a call at Insurance Associates at 660-747-6168 or stop by the office at 518 North Holden, Orangeburg.
UCM Athletics thanks Western Missouri Medical Center. Their great partnership. Western Missouri Medical Center, the official healthcare provider of UCM Athletics and your partner for health. Visit WMMC.com for more information. Well, Nathan Hall comes back out to pitch the 9th after retiring the Boll Weevils in order in the 8th with J.D. McReynolds in the pen ready just in case. Mules 3 outs away from their 20th regional championship and trip to the NCAA Division II Baseball Championships. The 4th for head coach Kyle Crooks, whose first regional title, ironically, came against Arkansas Monticello back in 2016 in St. Cloud, Minnesota. But still, the Mules need 3 outs. Parker Durance, third baseman, to lead things off for Arkansas Monticello. Right-handed batter. Nathan Hall's first pitch is a fastball just low, ball 1. One ball and no strikes to the Boll Weevils third baseman. Next one on the way, that's low and inside, ball 2. Got a 5-run lead, which means the guy on deck has to be the potential tying run. You have to load the bases. You can't beat the Mules with a 5-run homer or tie it. Ground ball foul on a breaking ball. Now it's 2 balls and 1 strike.
Yeah, I think you're right. If you're Nathan Hall here, you've got overpowering stuff. You just attack the Monticello hitters and force them to string multiple hits together.
2 balls, 1 strike. Pitch on the way. Just inside for ball 3. So Durance is trying to do everything he can to get on. Nathan Hall falling behind, 3 balls, 1 strike. Right-hander's pitch in there for a strike. So now the count full, 3-2. Deshaun Cordova on deck. Payoff pitch coming. High and inside, ball 4. So a leadoff walk here in the 9th inning. And we'll have a pinch hitter for Arkansas Monticello.
Number 12, Logan Jones.
Logan Jones is going to bat for Deshaun Cordova. Logan Jones this year for Arkansas Monticello hitting .250. 1 home run, 7 driven in. He was 0 for 1 in the sub-regional in Joplin last weekend. Cordova today went 0 for 3. Hall's first pitch to Logan Jones is low and inside for a ball.
Yeah, and I like this mound visit here from Mules catcher Chase Heath. I think the redshirt freshman Hall just overthrowing a little bit. And good reminder here by the Mules catcher, just slow him down a little bit, allow him to catch his breath. Mules have not turned a double play this weekend. Be a nice time to turn their 51st double play of the season.
So Chase Heath back behind the plate. 1 ball and no strikes to Logan Jones. Durant's the lead at first base. Nathan Hall not really worried about him. Little tapper in front of the plate is foul. It's off the foot of Jones, so the count even, 1 ball and 1 strike. J.D. McReynolds in the bullpen. He's ready if need be. But Kyle Crick's trying to let this converted catcher, redshirt freshman Nathan Hall, have an opportunity. 1 ball, 1 strike. Sharp breaking ball, just a bit inside.
Seems like every borderline pitch today I felt like has been a ball.
Yeah, umpire has not had a generous strike zone for either team. 2 balls, 1 strike. Rolled foul wide of first. Very similar to the strike zone I witnessed a couple of weeks ago in Joplin on a Sunday afternoon on a 4-hour-plus game we saw. 2 balls, 2 strikes to Logan Jones. Nathan Hall gets the sign from Chase Heath. Here's the pitch. Roll to third. Here's Steele. Toss to Holy at short. Throw to first for the double play. That is the most odd double play you will see. From third to short to first.
Because they had the left-handed hitter playing him to pull on the ground, so Cole Moore was way over in the 3 hole, so Max Holy, the shortstop, was the closest man to the bag. And I think if you're Monticello, you're like, well, let's challenge it just to see if we can stay away from that double play, as our umpires are going to get together and have a visit about replay.
Yeah, we'll challenge. Why not? You got your challenge. You might as well see if that runner at first beat the throw. They might say that they thought Josh Patrick was off the bag. But again,
play is under further review.
We'll see if our first replay is overturned. But let's go back to that double play, Alex, because that is heads-up play by Max Holy at short.
And it's a heads-up play, but would it surprise you if I tell you that they practice that?
Well, I'm sure, yeah.
So I was actually out at practice earlier this week on Monday, and they did a series it was all double plays, and they specifically ended with, they had to turn 10 double plays like that with basically the defense shifted way over and balls hit back to the pitcher, the third baseman, and that kind of stuff. So just those little things that, you practice it maybe every other week, but then in one of the biggest games of the year, you utilize it, and Jacob Steele hit Max Holy right on the run, step on the bag at second, and then the throw from Holy was towards the outfield fence side of first base, so Josh Patrick had to lunge, and first base umpire deemed he kept his toe on the bag, but we'll see what replay tells us.
Well, replay all year is held up because, again, you've got to have clear and convincing evidence that the call was wrong. And again, our multimedia staff, our webcast crew does a great job, but you're limited in the number of camera angles you have. And so let's say they're going to make the call here. Runner out or safe, he's out. So there's your typical 5-6-3 double play. And the Mules are 1 out away now from winning their 20th regional championship. And it is up to the leadoff hitter, Rock Hawthorne. Hawthorne is 0 for 4. 3 flyouts and a ground out. So 2 outs, nobody on. Nathan Hall's first pitch to Hawthorne. It's a jackknife out of a breaking ball low and inside for ball 1. So Nathan Hall trying to be the guy on the mound when the Mules celebrate. Way outside, ball 2. It's 2 balls and no strikes. It was 50 years ago that the first Mules team went to the Division II championships. The 1974 team we honored at the first pitch banquet. Mules trying to do it for the 20th time. 2-0 pitch. Fastball right through there for a strike. Down 2 balls, 1 strike to Rock Hawthorne, who hit a home run here yesterday. Mules lead 9-4. 2 balls, 1 strike. And that breaking ball hits Hawthorne. They appealed if he swung, but he did not. So Hawthorne goes to first. He'll be there now with 2 outs for Camden Tanner.
The designated hitter, number 5, Camden Tanner.
So a walk and a hit batter, but the double play. The Mules 51st this year. Really big. Camden Tanner is 1 for 4. So Hawthorne the runner at first. Nathan Hall's first pitch, a fastball outside, ball 1. The Mules beat the Boll Weevils to win the 2016 regional in St. Cloud. Last regional win for the Mules came in 2021. Good fastball over for a called strike. Mules trying to go back to Cary, North Carolina for the D2 championships for a 6th time. 1 ball, 1 strike to Tanner. Fastball outside corner, strike 2. So Hall and the Mules have it to 1 strike to win this regional. Mules crowd now trying to help Nathan Hall and the Mules. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Nathan Hall from the stretch to the plate. It's a fastball outside, 2-2. Mules fans did this yesterday, and Wolf hit a home run. So maybe they're more hesitant. Let's win it first. 9-4 Mules lead, 2 outs, 2-2 pitch. Foul tipped, just got a piece of it. And we'll do it again at 2-2. Mules trying to become the 3rd team today to punch their ticket to Cary. So far, University of Indianapolis and Southern New Hampshire. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Strike! Oh, he just barely got a piece of it again. Boy, Tanner is just a tough out. He's their leading hitter, and why not, right?
Yeah, he did not get much of that ball, but just enough to keep it out of the glove of Chase Heath.
So Nathan Hall will have to do it again. 2-2 to Camden Turner. Runner leads away at first. Fastball stays outside, ball 3. So Rock Hawthorne on a 3-2 count, not being held, will be running on this pitch. 9-4 Mules, bottom of the 9th with 2 outs. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Nathan Hall to the plate. Base hit into left field. Rock Hawthorne will go on to third base. So Tanner just proving why he hits over 400. He hangs in there and gets the base hit, and Nathan Hall is not going to be able to finish this ballgame. You've got a 5-run lead, and I can see Kyle Crook's point right here, Alex. You've got J.D. McReynolds in the pen. You do not want to give Arkansas-Monticello any hope.
Yeah, and J.D. almost beat Coach Crooks to the mound from that left field bullpen.
So J.D. McReynolds will come on. Nice hand for Nathan Hall, who gave the Mules a good 1 2/3 innings in relief. And we'll tell you about J.D. McReynolds after this from Fitter's Restaurant and Pub on Pine Street in Warrensburg.
Fitter's Restaurant and Pub on Pine Street in downtown Warrensburg has been setting the standard for good times and great food since 1996. Voted the best bar in town, Fitter's features 2 floors, 3 full bars, outdoor seating, pool tables, and NTN trivia. Watch your favorite sporting event on one of the many HD flat screen TVs. Fitter's Restaurant and Pub serves a full menu, including the best pizza and wings in the burg. For lunch, dinner, and late night, it's Fitter's Restaurant and Pub on Pine Street in downtown Warrensburg.
Attention, please. Now pitching for the Mules, number 47.
Redshirt junior J.D. McReynolds out of the bullpen to pitch for the Mules. 6'4 junior from Sullivan, Missouri. J.D. will be trying to pick up his 5th save of the year. 8-1 overall record, 3.33 ERA, 24 1/3. 13 hits, 23 walks, 44 strikeouts. Opponents batting .159 against J.D. McReynolds. And it's tough luck for Nathan Hall. I know he wanted to be on the bump when the Mules hopefully win this regional, but at this point in the ball game, you do not want to give the Boll Weevils a glimmer. You want to try to finish it right here.
Yeah, absolutely. But that's a great learning experience for Nathan Hall, as he will probably be one of the power arms in the back end of the Mules bullpen for hopefully a couple years to come.
Kirk Wolf, 2 out of 4. 2 doubles, 1 run scored, 1 RBI. 2 on, 2 outs. First pitch from McReynolds is a high fastball. So J.D. McReynolds trying to get that last out. You've got to get 27 outs. 1 ball, no strikes. Low and outside, ball 2. Ark-Monticello trying to get everything they can out of those 27 outs. 2 balls, no strikes. McReynolds to Wolf. Letter high fastball for a strike. And the count 2-1. Hawthorne, the runner at third. Tanner, the runner at first. 2 outs here in the bottom of the 9th. Mules lead by 5. 2-1 pitch. That hits him. Although Kyle Crooks is saying that Wolf was leaning over the plate.
Yeah, Wolf, the right-handed hitter, they stand on top of the plate. He's got a protective elbow guard. And to me, that's a pitch that's over the plate. I think he stuck his arm out there, and I don't think it's particularly close. I think 3-4 years ago, that was supposed to be an emphasis, and the umpires took it too far, and now no one wants to call it.
It was pretty obvious, at least in our point from up here. I know if you're Wolf, you're trying to get on base, but there is a point when you're kind of leaning. I don't know if he was leaning, but he put the arm out. So, and Kyle Crooks rightfully complained to the umpire, let's call that.
Yeah, and because even in, the umpire can, if the hitter does not have to get out of the way, that's not the complaint here. If the umpire deems that the hitter moved into the ball with an unnatural movement, then he can say, no, you got to stay here. And in my view, and it might be slanted towards the Mules, but I think if I'm the hitter and I'm being honest with myself, I'm like, yeah, I threw my elbow into that. And as a hitter, I did that multiple times. So it's one of those things that hopefully it's nothing, but it's another base runner here with 2 outs for Monticello.
So the bases are loaded now. JD will deal with the cleanup hitter, Chaz Poppy, 2 out of 4. Right-handed batter. Now JD is going to ask for time. He steps off and takes a look at his note card after the visit by Eli McFadden. The tying run is now on deck. So JD McReynolds wants to get Chaz Poppy. JD gets the sign from Chase Heath. First pitch is an elevated fastball, ball 1. JD throws a great change, trying to get a strike. Monticello, bases loaded, 2 out. 1 ball, no strike. Here's the pitch. There's a change that's at the letters for a strike. Count even, 1 ball, 1 strike. Bases loaded for the Boll Weevils. Mules outfield straight away. Infield playing Poppy to pull a little bit. 1-1 pitch. Started a swing, held up. They appealed to first. He did not swing. Count now, 2 balls, 1 strike. This game approaching 3 hours. Ark-Monticello trying to make it an even longer day. 2-1 pitch from McReynolds to Poppy. Popped up on the infield. Who wants it? It is Max Holy giving away to Cole Moore. Makes the catch. That is your ball game, and that is your 20th NCAA Regional Championship by Mules Baseball. And the dog pile underway between the pitcher's mound and first base as the Mules survive a 9th inning rally by the Boll Weevils to win it 9-4. Great effort. Great job by the Mules. It was hard, as you would expect, but the Mules can finally celebrate.
And it was, the offense 9 runs on 9 hits, forcing Monticello into 5 errors today. But really, maybe the part of the team that had some struggles throughout the year, the bullpen, put up 5 zeros to end this ballgame.
So in the inning, no runs on just 1 hit. And there were 3 men left on base for Monticello. The Mules pick up their 52nd win of the year and earn their 20th NCAA Division II Regional Championship and earn their 20th trip to the Division II Baseball Championships, their 6th to Cary, North Carolina. 9-4, Mules with the win. Stay with us. We'll be back to begin our Lots Beach Automotive postgame show after this on the UCM Sports Radio Network. Bob Jackson, Alex Kidd back at Crane Stadium, Tompkins Field. Mules baseball has just captured their 20th regional championship in program history. They have just been handed the trophy and their ticket to Cary, North Carolina. We welcome you to the Lots Beach Automotive postgame show. Lots Beach Automotive, your hometown GM dealer with 4 brands under one roof. Warrensburg's oldest dealer and friend in the car business since 1974. Alex, I know you've been a part of the celebration on the field before, and a lot of folks say, well, it's just another day in the office for Mules baseball, but I say it every time the Mules win a regional. This never gets old. You never take this for credit. You never take it and just say, you do it and you enjoy it.
Yeah, even though the expectations are high and this is the goal to start the year, you still don't take it for granted. There's a lot of hard work. There's a lot of hours that goes in to being able to accomplish this. And you've got to be playing your best baseball at the end of the year. So it's one of those things. I've been a part of it twice on a dog pile. I've also been a part of it twice, what Monticello is doing right now, and watching another team dogpile as they celebrate going to the College World Series, and your season is all of a sudden ended. So it is super emotional for both. There are guys from Monticello that put on that jersey for the last time today, and there's guys for the Mules who, said, today's not the last day I'm wearing this jersey. Let's go see what we can do in Cary, North Carolina. And it is an absolute blast to watch this team play. And I feel like I know, and there's alumni all over the country right now, hopefully listening, but they know the hard work that goes into it. And it's not something, like you mentioned, you don't take it lightly. You celebrate the heck out of it for sure.
Well, and as I say, you've been through this before, and a lot of alumni guys not here today. There are quite a few here today, but a lot of guys not here. But I think we talk about this at the first pitch banquet every year, and Kyle Crooks tries to keep a lot of those former players in the loop with what goes on. 50 years ago was the first team to go to the College Division II Championships, the 1974 team with Jim Crane and staff. And those guys we celebrated at the first pitch banquet earlier this year, and everybody around Mules baseball can take part in what the Mules have accomplished today.
I look over at my phone, and the multiple alumni group messages that I have with different guys is firing off. So And that's one of the things that the First Pitch Banquet allows is it allows alumni to come back and be around guys, and they do a great job, Coach Crooks and his staff, with the alumni weekend that they do in the fall, and they want guys to come around and be around the team, and so that we can visit with the guys and share, like, hey, we know that you're going through it right now with fall practices, but we care. We're invested. We're right there with you guys. Go do it, and it's awesome to see a team get to do it here in Crane Stadium in front of a great crowd today. That dog pile is definitely something special.
Well, the Mules scored 4 runs in the top of the first inning to jump out to the 4-0 lead, but the Boll Weevils never said die today. They came back with 1 in the first. Mules got 1 in the second. The Boll Weevils 1 in the bottom of the second. Mules tacked on 2 in the third. Arkansas-Monticello got 2 in the bottom of the third, so 3 innings in the book. And we had a 7-4 ball game with the Mules on top. Finally, some zeros came on the board after that. The Mules got a home run from Vance Tobel in the top of the 5th to go up 8-4. And then a critical moment in the ball game in the bottom of the 5th. Runners at second and third for the Boll Weevils. Only 1 out, Alex. They don't score. And that really seemed to turn the tide for the Mules bullpen. Arkansas-Monticello didn't score again. They threatened again here in the 9th, but again, we go back to that 5th inning. Had Monticello answered the Mules' run at the top of the 5th, who knows what kind of pressure that would have put on. But again, when your chances to score in postseason are there, you got to take advantage of them.
When we talked about the Mules, it was execution early on, right? It was they forced in, Monticello made 5 errors today, but a lot of those errors were pressure applied by the Mules, making them get sped up and not able to handle the baseball. And the Mules, like you said, that second and third 1 out, and the Mules' ability to put up a 0 there, I think you look at small little moments in a game, that was huge. I think right there, that's where Monticello's like, gosh, we're not catching any breaks. And the Mules typically don't give you many breaks.
Here are the numbers: 9 runs, 9 hits, no errors for the Mules. They strand 5. Arkansas-Monticello, 4 runs, 10 hits, 5 very costly errors. They strand 9. Bryce Taylor gets the win in relief. He is 4-0. And Charles Peacock takes the loss, falling to 3-5. Mules 52-8. The 52 wins clinch their 20th trip to the NCAA Division II postseason championship. That game summary presented by Western Missouri Medical Center, the official healthcare provider of UCM Athletics. Back to visit with Mules head coach Kyle Crooks on our